Why, hello everyone. Welcome to Fallout Coldfront, the Fallout 2 to 20 campaign we run Saturday evenings at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Last session, you all got to Xanadu, the former hotel, now Coliseum, casino, and
Day spa?
it is indeed a day spa. There is a spa. I was just going to call it like Pleasure Island or something like that.
There's a lot. There's a lot there.
There is a lot going on there. So, while you guys were there, you had two main missions, find Courtlant and find Radamanthus. You guys got both of those done. You haven't totally rendezvoused with Courtlant yet, the scientist that DTL is paying you all to find. You saw him, like, 150 feet away, and meddled with some of his tech that he was running for the upcoming fight. You met Lady Armitage, the woman who actually runs this whole place. You met the Cosmopolitan, a gladiator, folk hero. Yeah, I guess that would be... Oh, Polis Agent. That's the final one I was thinking of. You encountered the mob a little bit. Both Jerry and Frankie interacted a little bit with the mob and with Radamanthus.
And came back with emotional damage.
That is correct. It was hard for both of them, as Frankie was recognized by leader of the mob, Nelson Polignani, and Jerry was kind of treated like the shadow of Pete that Pete thinks he is. Or doesn't. I'm not shedding any light on what NPCs feel. Anyways, that happened. You guys met Bedges, I guess. What am I forgetting? Oh, yes. Yeah, you guys ended the session with most of you all going to Pluto's Rings, the jazz club and cocktail lounge at Xanadu, where, very fortunately, well, not for him, but one player of the jazz band The Protons was taking some psychotats before the performance, and he really shouldn't have. Just so happened that a very, very opportunistic trumpet-playing ghoul was in the area and got recruited by the Protons manager, Angelo Indito, and met Chops Tanner herself, the band leader. Julian, in the cocktail lounge, when you were spending time with Cosmo, ran into... what are we calling it? Oh, Bellamy. Tom Bellamy, he introduced himself as. Who came off immediately as just a nice, swell guy, but then revealed that gradually he was a Brotherhood of Steel member and a former member of Polis. Emphasis on the former.
That used to be our name, and then we changed it because Polis sounds cooler.
Where's just Pormus?
Yep.
No.
I have a tendency to combine
hats.
words that are in the
We
future of the
misprinted.
sentence that I'm saying. Last campaign, I said, infamously, they started shooting at one point.
They started shooting.
Yep, that...
Oh,
Yeah,
that'll go
I
down
will
in
never
infamy.
live that down. But it was funny, so
It was good.
it is all good.
So good.
I think about that sometimes.
Would you mind moving that lamp to your side just a little bit back? It's greatly illuminating your... No, wrong way. Other way around, closer to the window. Yeah,
Or you
are
could turn it
looking
off.
positively saintly.
That's because
Wow.
I'm pale.
I
haven't seen the
all
sun
He's
in a while.
glowing.
He's still somewhat glowing, but I think
You could
that's
just-
okay. I
That
think it's
button
good.
right there.
I'm just a glowing one.
No,
today.
don't
turn
hit
it
the
off.
button. We're all good.
I'm a glowing one.
Anyways,
today.
is there
It's
anything
the
else
problem.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Tabitha and Pix had a good time of talking a little bit about talking about Mercy and talking about the fight that had just occurred. Is there anything...
Margie got power armor.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Margie met the Cosmopolitan, and Cosmo just said, "You look like you could use power armor. Do you want some?" And you said, yeah. So, that is probably something to talk about in this current session.
Every way that I get what I want is because I started the sentence with
That's right. Appropriate. Nathaniel, I'm trying to remember what the last thing we left off with you was, because the protons didn't actually go up to the
I think
stage.
the-
quite
I think
yet.
Chops had asked Frankie if he could actually, perform.
Right.
Given his condition, his skin condition, all
Right.
over his body.
Yep. He still
Frankie,
still has lips.
Frankie has
so.
enough lips to play the trumpet with mild difficulty.
What percent lip do you need to play the trumpet?
All of them.
Oh.
I'd say maybe 60%. But to
It's-
do it like really
it's
well and
a
for
lot.
higher, you're gonna need.
I have a head
maybe
cannon.
he's just good into the medium register. But
Yeah,
like, get above a C.
I have
or
a
the
like
high Cs.
head cannon that you can't play tuba at all because you don't have enough lip for that.
That was his real dream. I wanted to be a tuba player, but then I gave up and
The
went to
mouthpiece
trumpet.
was too big. I can't get the proper seal around it. It's
Yeah, it's like my mouth doesn't work. It's part of the cool thing. Sorry.
Well, that wouldn't meet his aesthetic because I don't think I've ever seen a jazz band with a tuba in it. No offense to tubas.
But
Plenty of
wouldn't it be so
trombones.
fun if we all walked around and he went, "Fromp, fromp, fromp, fromp."
sound more like a
Following
dying
freelancers. Boom, boom.
I'm sorry, I digress.
No, that was rich. So, Frankie, we will resume with you. You did tell Angelo the song recommendation, and he said, "Sure, why not? We'll roll with that." So, before you all would go out on the stage, you'd see the rest of the Protons gather together for a little bit of a huddle. They're all wearing the same white tuxedo that you now have on. That was taken from the drug-addled Richter. Yeah, I mean, if he took like Daddy-O or something like that, maybe some Calmex, maybe he could perform. But he took like the worst possible drug at the chem at the worst possible moment. So as this group is kind of huddled around, Angelo is walking around all of them, handing out the lead sheets. Okay, here's the order. Here you go, Mr. Frankie, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
here's the. Sorry, I only found out about what these are today.
Research.
What did I call it? Lead sheets. They're like mini sheet music of just like compressed, so that you don't actually have to have every single thing you play out. It's just chords, the melody, and just a little bit of direction for the song. But it's if you have basic improv skills, you know what's coming, and hopefully you'll be ready to play. The set list for tonight is going to be.
He
I have
planned it
written
out.
down. I
Ladies
did.
and gentlemen, the thoroughness of our GM.
Yep, that's right. Starting with Autumn Leaves by Nat King Cole. Take the A Train, In the Mood, A Night in Tunisia. A little break for Stars and Stripes Forever, or a jazz rendition of it. Then All of Me, Blue Monk, So What, and Take 5 for the finale. A bit of a transition from swing at the beginning to much more calmer jazz towards the other end of the performance. So, as everyone has their instruments ready, you have a trumpet supplied to you that is in excellent condition. Angelo would lead you all out in a little bit of a line as you start lining up at the actual stage, which just has the separate rows for the different performers. There's a spot for you. Not necessarily labeled because you did sign on like 10 minutes ago, but it's still there. The rest of you all in Pluto's Rings would see this jazz troupe coming up to the stage. It's not a terribly busy night at Xanadu. They just try to perform every single night if they possibly can. So this isn't like, hey, everybody, come around to this concert. It's more like, this is our entertainment for this evening. It's the Protons. But your place is taken, and Chops walks up to the microphone at the center of the stage with her trumpet in hand. Well, good evening, Xanadu. I hope you enjoyed the fight tonight, but now it's time for some much more melodic waves to come your way. We've got a good show for you tonight. Starting with something sweet, moving to something swingy, and then finishing the show out with something silky smooth. I am Chops Tanner, and these are the Protons. Enjoy the show. Frankie. You're going to roll a check.
I know. Well, I figured. I didn't
I
know.
will
You're
allow
so
you, for the special skill, I'm being rather lenient. Agility, intelligence. I'm not going to allow charisma, actually. So, one of those. And then a personal hidden skill of... What did you say when I asked you, from a scale of 1 to 10, how good is Frankie at the trumpet? I think it was a 6 or a 7.
High 6, low 7.
Okay.
It's not his main instrument.
All right. So we will say you have a focus of 3. Halfway there. No. 4. There you go. Final
So
answer.
he's living on a prayer.
There you go.
He's halfway
You are
there.
more than halfway there. No Bon Jovi on the set list for tonight.
Oh.
Go ahead and just roll that check and let me know how many successes you get.
Do I know
There's
the
no
diff-
difficulty,
Okay.
but this will determine how good you play. 1 is passing. 2
Are
is
these-
average. 3 is pretty darn good. 4 is you're great.
Is this tagged at all?
Yes.
Okay, well then that's 2 successes.
2 successes. All right. You fill the spot adequately. As far as you can tell, there's no major mistake where everyone's just like, huh?
Frank.
And you start out with pretty slowly with Autumn Leaves, as Chops would actually sing for that one. That's, I think there's 2 vocal pieces on tonight. She will be singing both of them. Thankfully she didn't need a replacement for vocals. I don't imagine Frankie is the best at it.
Frankie is not a vocalist.
This just in. After the break, we're going to have Nathaniel sing Autumn Leaves as Frankie.
Yeah.
As soon as I learn the song.
I mean, I don't know his personal history, but I don't think Louis Armstrong is actually much of a vocalist either. But he just did it and did it very uniquely. So maybe you've got that kind of gravelly tone that might sell some records. Could be. Or, sorry, hollow tapes. It's Fallout.
They probably still had vinyl.
Vinyl is forever.
Maybe like
Until
we
Hot
do
Song.
now, but it seems like pretty much everything has moved over to preserving sound on holotape.
No,
As far as I've
nowadays,
seen.
yeah, I'm sure.
Right. Yeah. I do feel like vinyl might not have survived the bombs.
It
I don't know.
It got all like droopy.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All right. So going back to the rest of the people in Pluto's Rings, who's here? You're sitting next to the Cosmopolitan.
Mm-hmm.
So were you until you were approached by
Avronsev.
Mr. Avronsev.
Is that the hot guy?
Yes.
Tabs and Tabs
is
and
the
Jerry
hot
are
guy.
both in here as well.
I love that that's now his
Oh, yeah,
defining
okay.
trait.
I'm telling you.
We all just
Where are
walked
you
in.
guys? Oh yeah, you all just shuffled
Yeah,
into the
we're
same
like,
booth.
hey,
Yeah, so yeah, Cosmo would
Hiya.
just scooch over in a giant 1-ton suit of power armor.
Well, I like the idea of everyone else in one row and then Cosmo in the other
in the
row.
middle. Yeah, I mean she does have the one reinforced seat that's built specifically for her, so that would make sense. So going back to Avronsev, he asked you for a drink. You said,
I've
"How about
already
a
had
dance
3.
instead?"
How about a dance?
Yep. And so he would lead you up to, I don't want to call it a dance floor because that makes me think of disco, but I don't know what else to call it. Ballroom floor. There you go. Or the lounge room floor, something
Apparently,
like that.
only one type of dancing includes floors.
See, now
It's
I'm just
disco.
now I'm just glad they're playing Autumn
It's just
Leaves.
what I
Floors
get.
were invented when
And not Stars
disco
and Stripes
started
were
out.
I'm sorry. I just, whenever I think of like, if you're talking about waltzes, that's a ballroom. If it's like swing dancing,
Well, technically, ballroom dancing would be the most ballroom activity.
I think they just
right,
call
but
it the
waltzing is a
floor.
ballroom dance.
No.
What?
Ballroom dancing is more.
What?
You add the fancy stuff in.
Okay. Wow. I am not going to look this up, so there you go.
Regardless, somewhere that's danceable.
Right. Yeah.
Like a floor, probably.
Preferably
Actually,
a
I
floor.
prefer to dance on the ceiling.
That's so avant-garde.
This is not the Spider-Man Jazz Club.
Oh, that'd be cool, though.
I'd go there.
You have to stay on the bottom floor. You're not Spider-Man.
This one's
But
right
there's a bunch on the ceiling.
There you go.
I'd also try and find it. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna dance. I look over at Jerry and like leave the thing. And I'm gonna go find some guy and just drag him on the dance floor so I can be near where they're at and like be like, I got your back.
Yeah,
sweetheart."
sure. Go ahead and roll a, we'll say,
Should we say charisma to find a good dance partner?
perception plus speech.
I like that. So I'm trying to
Insult
find
upon
someone
insult.
Who's desperate enough?
who's desperate. Man, if I roll badly, that's gonna be hilarious. That's 1 success.
1 success.
Wait, that's a 6. It's 2 successes.
Good speech, man.
There you go. Maxed out speech.
Tagged.
Yeah, you find one person who seems very relaxed, just this bald guy with glasses and a beard, with like what looks to be some sort of portable terminal, and he's just chilling in the lounge. And can I help you, sir? Sorry, can I help you? I apologize.
You better apologize. Come on. You can give me a dance and that'll be your apology.
That works for me. All right, and this person would take your hand
I'll lay him
and go
out.
up to the dance floor. So first, we're going to deal with this apprehensive conversation.
So Jules would stay silent for a minute as they kind of get their footing a little bit.
Yep.
Um,
Roll a charisma or agility check with
those are
a
both bad.
focus determined by how good you think you are at dancing. 1 to 6, tagged.
Now, see, Julian grew up in the Enclave, so she was taught frivolous things like dancing that most people would not. But she's also not, like, had a lot of practice recently, so
All right.
I'll let you kind of...
1 is meh, 2 is passable, 3 is pretty darn good, 4 is excellent, 5
like
is
Frankie's check.
you're the expert on this.
Oh, that's really good.
Well, that's 2.
That's right. That's good.
Unless I have a...
He said it was tagged.
It's tagged.
Of...
What's the number that you gave yourself?
Oh, I was... Sorry, I was filling in
It would have been
contextual
at least
information than
2.
asking
Yeah,
you.
what's the...
Well, you know what? It's higher than a 2 and lower than a 6, which makes the decision for me. So that's 3.
All right.
Starting
3
off the night
successes.
strong.
You have done this many times before. Avransif is not. He got 0.
So she'd be like, for the first few seconds, she'd just like, don't look at your feet.
Sorry about that. Not really used to that. Kind of
Keep
prefer
steady,
drink,
just
but,
listen to the music.
Okay. How about a distraction?
Yeah, no, I'll go first.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know what it is that you and Bellamy are trying to pull, but I will admit that you're doing it in a good place. I can't touch you here. So I'm going to tell you what I told Bellamy. I'm not trying to recreate Pump Book. That's not what Pip is. And I don't know what it is that you guys have cut on to that makes you think it is. But I'm lying low. I'm keeping quiet. And short of me dead in a hole, I thought that's what you Brotherhood would want. So let me just make
Whoa,
it very,
whoa, whoa,
very...
whoa,
no,
whoa.
I'm going to finish. You can go and tell the rest of the Brotherhood...
Window. Yeah.
You can tell the rest of the Brotherhood that sending your people after me is a waste of resources. And Xanadu is the last time that I choose to talk first instead of shooting. Am I clear?
Are you done?
I'm done.
I'm not in the Brotherhood. In fact, I think they.
Yeah,
might
well,
even
that's
wanna
what
target
Bellamy
me.
said at first.
I don't know who Bellamy is.
I'm gonna roll an insight check.
Yeah, go for it.
I like a 3 and it turns out he was lying.
1.
1. It sounds like he's telling the truth.
You're...
Listen, I think I well, truth be told, hate the Brotherhood.
You hate the
You
Brotherhood.
think I'm in them? Did someone approach you tonight from the Brotherhood? Here? Hold on.
She, like,
What's
steps on
name?
his foot. sorry.
He actually pulls back from the dancing. I need to tell Armitage about this.
Don't do that.
Listen, this could be a threat. Are you
This
are
is
you confident
this
he's
is
here
just
for
this
you?
is a misunderstanding. I apologize about that.
Okay.
But
Let's dance.
it's very awkward.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You asked about Pip, and this was right after he asked about Pip, and well, not the greatest timing you've ever had.
So Pip is your hotel program that you've worked
Yeah.
on.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Armitage
So you
told me
weren't-
about her. Or
Oh,
told me about him.
that does make sense. That does track. Yes. You know, it's not often that a conversation makes me want to go crawl in a hole. So, you got that going for you now?
Isn't that what the Brotherhood wants? Is you crawling in a hole? Isn't that what you said? Or was it dying in a hole? I'm trying to remember.
You know, I think we'll get along a lot better if you just forget I ever said any of that.
Well, if anything, it's only piqued my interest a little bit more if you've got something that could get on the Brotherhood's radar.
They're not hard to get on your radar.
No,
Do
you can't
anything
just program a
mildly
single
interesting.
robot. You need to do something special. Take it from a guy who's on the Brotherhood's radar club.
You do something that would attract the Brotherhood's notice too.
Oh, definitely. Although I keep it on someone on the down low. I don't know if they really know about it, which is why I'm kind of paranoid that there's a member of the Brotherhood of Steel here.
Well, I mean, if it helps, his name is Tom Bellamy. And I'm going to describe the guy.
Okay? Okay.
So if you see anyone like that, just don't engage.
All right. Can you give me like a minute? Just to tell our staff to watch out for him. That's it.
Do you really hate the Brotherhood that much? I mean, collectively at Xanadu?
Well, listen, if they're gonna pose a threat to us, Armitage needs to know. That's rule 1.
I
of
think
this
he was here
place.
for me.
Well, there's things here that they probably shouldn't know about either. It's the smart
I
thing.
mean, by all means.
As I said, rule 1 is Xanadu. Armitage needs to know. Doesn't matter what you're thinking of.
Mind if I come with you?
Oh, no, I'm just going over to him. And he just gestures in his head towards a person just standing in a corner. Seems to be wearing the same, like, bright red uniform of the rest of, like, the hotel and casino staff. Except it's not bright red, it's black. And his head is completely covered with some sort of cloth black mask except for goggles.
Sure. Go ahead and take a minute.
All right. And
Julian's
we're
gonna, like,
leaving.
sink back in a booth and,
Yep. After
They
a
look
bit-
like they're getting along real nicely.
Oh, are those friends of yours?
Oh yeah, and soon practically relatives. I go and spin him, and yeah.
Relatives.
leading.
This guy's probably.
Oh, wait. You know the implication of that means that you're getting married to one of them, right?
No, I'll get adopted by one of them. It was a
hadn't thought
joke.
of that.
Goodness. All right, I started doing a very like fast dance so that he has to keep up and
Yeah. You got a name?
yeah. I'm Valerie.
Roll a deception check. Charisma speech check. Do you have enough hair to actually do this?
I
Yeah.
have a little like foof.
She's got a woof.
She definitely has a woof.
The party has spoken. She has a woof.
She does.
Does have a foof.
She has like the same amount of hair that I have actually.
Literally, she has the exact same haircut.
She has the same haircut as me.
You're just gonna
Actually.
dye
Like
it red and you'll
turns
just
so that
be-
the camera can see that. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
That's a pix amount of hair right there.
2 successes.
It's
What do you
actually
get?
get?
looks
Only
like
one.
less
One?
than hers does,
She
but it's
doesn't.
just because of the way
Yes.
that mine is versus
She's
hers.
being-
Well, if that's what you want, but
They did.
you can call yourself.
Thank you.
I am Professor Erwin Cortland. How are you? Oh, are you sick?
No, I'm fine. Cortland. She like spins him over and like does the just dip me.
I'm Professor Erwin Cortland. Dip me.
That is 4 successes. It is like the most dramatic flourishy dip ever. It's a spin into a dip. You go down. You feel like your hair is almost touching the floor.
I catch his head, pull him close, and say, "Cortland, we've been sent by." I don't. She would know DTL, and like she would say the
Delroy Trade Lines.
yeah, but she would also say the CEO guy.
Marvin Delroy.
We're from trade. The
Delroy
trade,
Trade Lines.
Delroy Trade Lines. CEO
Marvin.
Marvin sent us. We're here to find you and get you out of here, or whatever.
You're here to get me out of here? What does that mean?
We're here about like the stuff that you want to tell him about.
I don't know who Marvin Delroy is.
Okay, hold on. We keep dancing. Okay.
This was not how I expected the meeting
What are you
Cortland
even
to
up
go.
to? Why is everyone kidnapping you?
Oh, have you guys been following me?
We found a weird way.
Oh no, it's fine. Well, I mean, I was kidnapped, so.
A few times, yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I overstayed my welcome with the Doppel soldiers. They were helping me for a little while, and then they imprisoned me. I don't know why they did that. May I cut in? And Sergeant Corporal flies
I do want to see them dance.
floating right next to you. Hello, sir. How are you, good
It's like,
professor?
by all means, and I give him to.
That's not what I would.
I like do this like dance around them,
It's
like this.
What is Sergeant
Corporal, it's good to see
Corporal's
you.
dance focus?
0.
You're saying
He
that
has
he
to roll, isn't
doesn't
he?
move his feet very well?
Yeah, you know, like when you say I have 2 left feet, he has 0 left feet, so it's somehow.
I have
worse.
none
His form
feet.
of his form of Let's Dance is followed by a barrage of lead. That's his Let's Dance.
Yep, that's fair. He actually succumbs to the social pressure and is just grabs Corlon's.
Good?
Sir.
Just dancing around them.
Is this making a scene that, like, they're, like, dancing so well and now a robot's dancing?
Yes. You guys would see it. Abramsev would come back to the booth. We'll deal with that in a minute. Frankie, you can see Sergeant Corporal dancing with a person that matches Cortland's description. Chops Chandler's there. Okay. All right. That's something you don't see every day. Mr. Gutsy dancing with a scientist.
If I built him, he'd dance all the time.
I need to add a dance subroutine for Pip.
You do.
What are you doing, Pix?
To be
Around
precise.
them. I'm dancing around them. So it's
Wait,
still in the
you're doing,
You're doing,
like,
like, the
goth
cactus dance
dance around
Are
them?
you doing like the Wednesday dance?
Yeah. So you're a traditional
Thriller?
goth right now.
Basically, I'm dancing around them, kind of,
That's incredible.
so I can still be a part of the conversation.
While they're doing that, I'm just sitting at the table. I'm gonna pull a napkin out and just start working on my blueprints again.
All right, for Pip Tongue.
Yep. For Pip Tongue.
All right, roll that check.
Just drawing tongues on
Difficulty of 3.
napkins.
3.
3, you got it. Advance your progress bar by 1.
It's like a picture of a tongue, but it's gradually getting filled in more.
We're heading a little like Peppa.
It's just a connect the dots thing, and it's just boop. 1 more. It's
Ah,
Pip
it's
Tongue.
a tongue.
It's all coming together.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Sir, I cannot believe you got kidnapped again. Well, you know that's only because you weren't my bodyguard then. That's true, I did give myself a heroic sacrifice to stop those Europeans. That's true, they didn't hurt you too bad, did you? Or did they? No, they just shut me down and then the lady in the gas mask over there fixed me up. Nice and good, except I lost my plasma blaster. But that's okay, because I've got a 10mm made in these United States of America. It's been fine. Well, that's good. It's good to have you back, the sergeant. And it's good to have you back, the professor. What are you doing?
Okay, I'm cutting it.
All right, cutting in for who?
Cortland. I really wanted to.
You could have danced with the robot. And
I really
Cortland's like,
did
"How am I
want
the
to,
third
but I need to
wheel
talk
now?"
to Cortland.
That's fair.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, Delaware Trade Lines, specifically there.
All right.
I'm getting twirled. Specifically, like, yeah, the CEO wanted to talk to you, I think, about the storm stuff, like the meteorologist things.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, that's what I've been working on here and trying to work on with everyone else except for the North Pole, of course.
Okay, cool. I'm going to show you where everyone else is.
Whoa, hold on there. Right now, you haven't given me any reason to trust you, Valerie. What's your real name?
Oh, Pix. Yeah.
He's got an insight check. Even though he knows. Sure. Alright, that's 2 successes.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead and just roll a speech check just to see how much you can control this conversation in whatever way you desire.
yeah, 3.
3? Alright, yeah. There you go. Okay, there we go. Now we're talking. Would you mind? You said you were going to show me to the rest of this
Yeah,
group.
okay, I'm going to dip you now.
That's not.
They're over there. They're just look. Just let your head roll back. There you go. Okay.
His hair does not
imagine
touch
this.
the floor because he has none.
Just a big-
Oh, poor man.
poor man.
He has so much science at his
That's so
disposal, and yet he has not cured his
The
baldness.
science takes your hair out.
My greatest enemy, male pattern baldness. All right. So we'll take a little break from you guys and go back to Avrancev and Julian. He would come back and would return. Yeah, he'd return with a drink and one for you. Don't worry, it's just lemonade.
I appreciate that. I'm already maybe a couple drinks further in than I ought to be. Mind if I
Sounds
use
like you
that
have a
as an
little bit too
excuse
much liquid
for?
courage.
Mind if I use that as an excuse for what happened earlier and we call it a day?
I think that works for me. So do you
If
mind?
it
Oh,
helps
sorry.
at all. Pip isn't just your run-of-the-mill robot. That might have something to do with it.
I mean, I'd figure so if you just received a threat from the Brotherhood of Steel.
I'd be interested in hearing why you might.
I mean, I'm a amateur programmer myself. More interested in neuroscience, but programming helps me get by.
Do you use it at all in the act?
What do you mean by the act?
I mean, you're a neuromentalist. You have shows.
Ah.
That's what the posters say.
Right. Just a little bit in the shows, not too much. But some other projects I definitely use a lot more.
So what do you work on?
That's not something I can just say. I'd have to show that.
Would you be willing to show it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Do you mind talking a little bit about this Pip that you mentioned first? I'm fine. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be transactional about this. I'm happy to show you what I've got going on, but
I mean,
Sorry,
there
you
are
piqued
some
my
things I can say
curiosity.
and some things I can't. I'm sure you understand after what I
AI.
mentioned earlier. Yes.
this is big. If it makes you feel any better, I was working on one of my own too.
On actual artificial life.
Well, no, intelligence. More of just a adaptive processing program that doesn't really do the whole adaptive thing too well.
Well, how did you try to structure it?
I did this. And then he'd say what he did. Something, something, neural net, something, something, machine learning network.
Well, I
There
took
you
my
go.
positronic matrix, but
Yeah,
it
there
didn't
you
look
go.
like Star Trek.
I just subscribed to ChatGPT Plus.
I pretended it was my own.
Yep.
I
There you
need
go.
this. I did not need this.
See, that's the problem right there. It's not human enough.
Well, I don't know if I necessarily need it to be human. I think,
Well, if you want life, then that's what you've got to emulate.
well,
It's just not the same as building another artificial program.
So does that mean your program is meant to emulate life?
Meant to. Sure.
Wow, that's not what I suspected. I'll be honest, my program is less life, more just intelligence. It's supposed to be just a really effective and competent program. I wasn't aiming for life or anything like that.
Effective how? Like, what did you want it to do?
Interface with thought, I suppose is the quickest way to put it. To learn from our thoughts, adapt them, to encode them into information, and to program things with them.
So the long and short of it is you're trying to control minds.
No. Oh, God, no. Never. No, I'm trying to let minds control technology. Other way
I'm
around.
Implanting thoughts doesn't seem like letting minds control the AI.
No, when did I say implanting thoughts? I'm
You said
saying...
manipulating.
Did I say that the mind's doing the manipulating. The tech is only receiving the thoughts. The AI encodes them.
To what end?
That's, again, I'd just really rather show you.
I'm gonna like look around and see what's going on with the others.
Yeah, well, you'd see Pix
Courtlant
dancing
dip.
with Courtlant.
Is this during the
himself.
dip?
It sounds like there were at least a dozen dips, so probably. I'll say yes.
During a dip.
During a dip.
Cortland makes eye contact with you like,
I'm like
Bug-eyed.
ditched by the Sergeant Corlott just standing there.
Yep.
Maybe not. But yeah.
You also would see Frankie playing in the band. It
Well,
seems
that
like he's
I
doing
knew.
well too.
That I knew from
Yep,
Margie.
that's right. Yep.
I mean, I'd like to. I'd really like to, but I actually just noticed that, well, we're here for someone, and he's actually, and I'm gonna like gesture over to Cortlot.
You're here for the lights guy?
He's not just a lights guy, but yes.
All right.
So give me half an hour. You got
Sure.
half an hour?
Yeah. You can just meet me at the stage, 10 o'clock. Sound
Maybe I
good?
can help you work out some of the bugs.
Oh, I would love for that.
Should I bring friends?
What are your friends like?
Chaotic.
Come alone.
I'm sorry?
Come alone. That's not a threat. I'm not in the Brotherhood of Steel.
You can pardon me for being a little paranoid.
Well, the reason I'm saying alone is because you're not the only paranoid one.
All right, I'll give you that. Mind if Pip comes along?
Absolutely. Could I meet him?
Could arrange it.
Pip is right now on, actually, Margie's Pip-Boy, and has never left.
Is he enjoying the music?
Yeah. Oh, look at that! Frankie's up there! That's amazing! And he's playing that little doot-doot thing.
it's called a trumpet.
Oh, obviously. That's what trumpets look like? Sorry, I don't have any photo references.
Oh,
What's that thing?
what's he pointing to?
He can't point. For now. The one by, let's see, he's actually gonna say, that instrument that Chops Tanner has. It's also a trumpet.
It's the same thing.
But what? No, that one's like made of brass. The other one is also probably brass, but it's like silver. Completely different.
They come in different colors. It doesn't change the sound.
Oh. Does that mean you could get a red one?
I don't know.
What about a blue one?
Probably.
How about gray? Non-shiny.
I think that would not be hard. You can just make metal less shiny.
Wow. This is amazing. The world is my oyster.
You can oxidize the metal, that'll also make it less shiny.
What's an
Oh.
oyster?
Oh, it's shellfish found off the East Coast before the war. They're renowned for, well, I guess some of their dishes that involve oysters and clams, but also some have pearls in them. That's a fact. It's a Pip fact.
Rock fact.
Pearls are rocks.
What's that one? That goes, wah, wah.
The trombone?
Oh, good job. Correct.
I understood that one.
Yeah, you can't really glissando with too many other instruments other
Yeah.
than that. What?
You can.
Proper Can you do that with a trumpet?
I mean, you can technically do it with any instrument that has a range. It's just trombone sounds the most fluid.
That's it. Yeah, I guess you're right. You can't even do it. Well, I guess I view it as an arpeggio for anything else. You know what? This isn't Fallout music theory class.
We've
We'll
already-
save that for another time.
We're so far past my music theory
You're
knowledge
training
already.
Pip to recognize pictures of trumpets so he can get through captchas. That's what's
Are you a robot? No. How many of these contain trumpets? That one, that one?
And that one,
That
even
one's a
though
trombone.
it's red.
Can you tell me which one is facing the right side?
It depends.
All right. Back to. We'll go back to Avrancev and Sergeant Corporal and Pix going back to the table.
Oh, you mean Cortland? And
Oh, did I say Avrancev again?
Yes.
Yeah. Avrancev is just like.
he's duplicated
Begone.
himself.
Well, no, like Jules will be heading over there now that she's like,
Right. Okay.
I'm probably gonna
Yeah.
take him over towards the table and just be like, Jules, exactly. Look, I found Cortland.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Hi.
I danced with him too. We did. It was
I
awesome.
also noticed
We
that.
should go over to the tables or something, or however we want to do this.
Yeah, Cortland, it's good to meet you.
Hello.
We've been
Nice to
looking for
meet
you for a long time.
You can just call me Cortland, the professor, whatever you want.
Julian Ortega, but you can call me Jules.
All right, Jules. Nice to be of acquaintance.
Now,
What else
how
do
much
we have
has
here?
Pix filled you in on? And I'm gonna like start walking over to the table.
Oh, you said, she.
There's an awkward moment of silence.
What?
Pix is a girl.
Oh, did you say he?
No, you.
You said it.
No, he was talking about Marvin Delroy.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
Marvin Delroy was a man. That's true.
Marvin.
Now he's dead, which is a
Yeah,
different
I don't
gender.
think I've ever heard of him. I have seen Delroy trade lines around before. I
Oh,
didn't
he's the
think-
mind behind Delroy Trade Lines.
Oh, okay. I
Founded
imagine
it
so with a
himself.
name like that. Very eponymous.
Does make it easy to remember, doesn't it?
It does. What's he interested in?
He's interested in what you know about the storms.
Oh,
Are
But
they at
winter.
the table yet?
what's that?
Are they at the table yet?
Yeah, everyone is available in this conversation, including Cosmo, I guess.
Yeah.
Cosmo's just here now.
I guess I probably look
Along
at
for the
Jules
ride.
and like look at Cosmo. And
Cosmo's
Jules
like
and-
sitting there alone, and then people keep joining. and
Dr.
she's
Cortland.
Like, okay.
Hello.
Dr. Fletcher.
And just say professor. I'm not actually a doctor. I don't know if someone said that. I don't have a doctorate, but I do teach. Good to meet you, Dr. Fletcher.
Thank you.
And
So,
that's Tabitha Fisher, and that's Margie
hello,
Shelton.
Tabitha.
It's Cosmo,
Margie.
and up there on stage is Frankie.
I know Cosmo. Which one on stage?
The ghoul.
Oh. I don't think I've ever seen a ghoul play a brass instrument before.
Well, he's pretty good.
He is pretty good.
I like that he's definitely doing like this or something.
He'd be here, but he's having the time of his life.
Yeah. Frankie, you see
He's never felt
Cortland
this way.
and the rest of the group at this table now. And as they all look up to you, Cosmo just gives you a big, giant, metallic thumbs up. Like, you got this.
Oh, if Frankie had tear ducts, he might cry.
I lift my lemonade.
Maybe we can put your tear ducts
I
back.
give him a little tap.
Artificially create tear ducts, implant them.
So, Miss Jules, you said that he was interested in what I know about the storms, right?
I mean, as you can understand, a lot of his territory was starting to get in the line of danger.
Right.
He thought you might have a way to reverse it, or at least know more about it. That's about all we've been told.
Well, I'm rather impressed that he would send an entire expedition for this, but,
Most of us are freelancers.
okay.
Interns.
Interns.
Freelancers.
I haven't heard that term in quite a while. Anyways, well, to be perfectly honest with you all, I only have theories, no concrete evidence, except that the world has never experienced weather like this before, even after the war with the post-war ash clouds. This is, as far as I've seen so far, definitely something artificial.
What? I'm sorry. I'm not from around here. What all is happening with the weather?
Well, right now it is an extremely intense winter storm, with higher wind speeds that we've ever seen up in, what was once Wisconsin, Minnesota, and it is growing in radius.
How would one artificially manipulate the weather like that?
Well, that's a great question. Right now, my running theory is it's some kind of atmospheric seeding, some sort of, well, seeding in the clouds.
That's pretty complex tech.
Oh, absolutely. Only pre-war, but I really don't know who would be doing it or why, especially now. I mean, things seem pretty peaceful here. It's not like someone's doing it as part of a war effort or something like that. Which that's my theory, is that we probably researched this kind of tech before the war to, I don't know, make constant rain down in China or something like that. They deserve it. Or lightning storms, anything like that.
Where would such a device be located?
Well, unfortunately, my next step of my plan was actually getting a proper radar look at the storm itself. But most likely at the eye of it.
The weather station. That's where you were going to Indianapolis?
That's right. As far as I've heard, they have an intact, excellent 100-foot radar dome. That should be excellent for getting a perfect satellite picture, a perfect radar picture of this storm that we're dealing with.
Are you still interested in that?
Oh, definitely. I kind of put it on hold because I have had such bad luck traveling on my own lately. But I guess that's what I get for not going with the good sergeant here.
Armitage seemed to be pretty inclined to keep you.
Oh, well, it's a great job here. I've actually been trying to build my own radar dome here, but that would probably take a couple of years. But it's been fun work. I've rather liked, I don't know, I like the order that goes into building a light show and running the sound, except I've been losing some of that order today. I have no idea what happened.
Sorry about that.
That was you.
A little bit of technological interference, not intentional.
Interesting.
But it's not you, if that helps.
Well, that's good to know. Was that you both times?
I'm gonna like angle Pip away.
Pip is not on your wrist, as a matter of fact.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Then I won't. As long as Pip is not. I'll try to cover Pip if I see Pip.
Again, unintentional, a glitch of some of my own software.
Oh, well, that's all okay. It was certainly interesting, and it did lead to someone being spared, which, in my opinion, was probably the preferable outcome. I disagree, says Cosmo.
This is the like bookend. Sparrow. I disagree.
Hello, Cosmo. I know you did earn that victory, but I guess in my opinion, a life is a life. Well, he did kill dozens of people. He did try to kill me.
You know him?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why they called him the Crimson Criminal?
'Cause his T60 is crimson. And he's a criminal.
Oh.
He tried to kill me and rob me. Well, wait, no.
Is that
no,
the fight
he
you
just
were in
tried to kill
earlier?
me. What's that?
Is that the fight you were in earlier?
No, this was before. This is why I challenged him to a fight. He and I squared off in an old Department of Defense building up in Bloomington. I was just there scavenging, very normal. And I was on a terminal, and he came up and said, "I'm going to need access to that." And I said, "Sure, after me." And then he started shooting me. In the firefight, he had about a dozen other goons with him, and, well, I had to flee, and I set fire to the place, so, no one could have it. Normal things.
Resource control.
Right. And I found out he was here, I found out you were here, and I was like, okay, yeah, I should kill him.
So what now, then? Have you sent enough of a message?
I don't know, but I can't kill him while he's on Xanadu grounds. I probably would if I see him again off of Xanadu grounds, and he would probably do the same.
While they're having that conversation, Jerry's gonna grab another napkin and write a little message
Okay.
on it to Cortland and then slide it over to him.
All right. What's it say? Hey, you're welcome to text me, or
Yeah.
if it's
Or-
secret.
It's not secret. You just say, "Would you be free to talk at 9 o'clock?"
It is about 9:20 right now.
Oh, okay.
Go
Sorry.
fuck
Hey,
off.
I thought it was like 7.
Remind me, what time did you book your brother with?
10?
I
10:30.
thought it was 10:30. Yeah.
10:30,
Okay.
so-
That's what I rolled with. Good to
So,
know.
Never mind. He's gonna do that at.
Get up a Google Calendar for
He's
this
gonna
campaign.
he's gonna say 10 o'clock then to Cortland.
Is this a noticeable transaction of napkin or no?
It is a small booth. Did you want to hide that or make it
He's
visible?
probably just gonna write it and then hand it to him under the table.
Okay, roll a stealth check
Feel
for
around
that.
for his knee.
It is a rather... It's kind of cramped. This booth was not built for this many people. So there are a lot of legs.
Yeah.
And
No. He's not trying to like prevent everyone from seeing it. He's just trying to not be super like, oh, here you go.
right.
Kind of
You could
Have
maybe
a
like turn
napkin,
it face
Cortland.
down and slide it over.
Yeah.
That way people know it happened, but they don't see the message.
Yeah, that's probably what he's gonna do.
Cortland would say, why not? So, unfortunately, that's all I have for you fine folks today.
Would you be interested in continuing your research?
Oh, definitely, and especially with a group as big as this one. And with, yep, you have got guns. You've got guns. You've got guns. Well, you seem like you all can handle yourselves, and
Will DTL be keeping us on their payroll if we go on another expedition that they didn't send us on?
This is what Delroy would have wanted. This was the purpose of his mission in the first place. I'm sure I can talk them into it.
oh, so I was like maybe I'm just the first phase of this mission. Everybody, congratulations, you have leveled up.
Yay!
What? Really?
Your luck points also rejuvenate.
Yay!
that's good.
I have
Yes.
luck again.
I meant to do this earlier. That would have been so funny if just like, yeah, you take Cortland to dance. You now level up.
You see this dude, and he's like wearing glasses, and he's
Quest
kind of like
complete.
got the beard, and he's bald. You dip him, you level up. Huh? What? Everyone else also levels up. Huh? What?
I was when you said bald.
My
like
name
that,
is
I was like,
Arwen
oh, kinda like
Cortland.
Cortland.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
It was
yeah.
just
I
Cortland.
like how you described leading him in the dance, which I love because then it's like
It was
this
like a
is the
weird back
guy.
and forth thing.
Well, I
Yeah.
could see that definitely, but like the fact that some of the
yes.
time, like even before she knew, Pix was just like leading him in dance was very funny.
Well, this was all her attempt to like get on the dance floor in the first place, so it kind of makes sense that she's like, well, here we go.
I'm the only person who thinks Cortland is like using Calmex right now. He seems.
Oh,
He seems
very
chill.
He's very
boring.
calm.
Why he got that audiobook voice though?
He does.
This is a LibriVox recording.
It's very calming.
They could do audiobooks in Fallout.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do they?
Okay. So
Sure.
Well,
why not?
listen, I'll renegotiate the contract for the rest of you all, and then hopefully in the morning we can all reconvene here, and I'll let you know if that all works out. But I'd like to take you to Indianapolis if we are able.
Sure, I'd love for that. Hopefully I don't get kidnapped by elves this time.
I think we can avoid that.
I sure hope so. They were very inhospitable people, which is a little surprising. Well, that sounds like a plan. I suppose I'm gonna go back to my own research and just relax here and meet with you all in the morning.
You might need to let Armitage know, unless you'd rather we.
No, I'll go ahead and tell her. She'll have to find someone who's as good at lights as I am. And there won't be one. But that's okay.
As long as they have someone who can keep the lights on.
Oh, definitely. They're just not going to have the coordinated laser show that I was able to do. But that's okay.
Well, we're glad to have seen it then.
Good. Glad I had a good final show. Even if it had a few audio hiccups. But that's okay. It happens. He's actually not on Calmex. This is
Joel's just sweating.
Well, you all have a fine night. If you need me, I'm just going to be right over there. And he just points to what looks to be... Think of it like a precursor to a laptop. It's briefcase shaped, but it still has a, like a tube monitor, like you'd see in actual terminals, very bubbly looking, and like almost typewriter keys on the lower level of kind of just a briefcase computer. If you need anything else, I'll just be working on my... Well, truth be told, I was running a diagnostic on what interfered with my light show, but I think I'll just go back and do some weather research.
Well, then we'll see you in the morning, Professor Cortland.
All right, where can I meet you?
Right back here would be fine.
All right, that works for me. You all have a good night.
And the rest of you, we finally don't have work to do, so if you want to just take the night off, it won't come out of your pay.
It seems like Frankie's already got some other work.
Well, as long as they don't offer him the position full time, we'll be fine. Now, I'm going to go talk with TTL, and then I am going to go see the neuromentalist. So, Cosmo, if I'm not back in an hour, he's killed me, drugged me, or otherwise incapacitated me.
Okay, and then I'll bash his head in, right?
Right.
Good.
And I'm going to get up and I'm going to go hail DTL.
All right. As you leave, Cosmo would say, "Do you want to see that new suit of power armor?"
Oh, yes, please. please.
All right. Let me see. Is there anything else that needs to be done right here? So it is about 9:30 right now. The Protons will be performing until about 10:30, I'd say. No, I'm gonna cut it short. Probably 10 o'clock. It's a short set list. It's just like, hey, we're here. A little bit of ambiance after the show itself. So you're leaving. You're going with Cosmo to take a look at the armor. Cortland has a meeting with you. Okay. So we'll go ahead and say...
I'm gonna wake up dead one of these days.
I'm going to say we're going to do this discussion with Cortland first.
Are they alone?
Cortland went to his own booth a while,
Okay.
yeah, it's a fair distance away. If you wanted a private convo there, he'd be right there.
Jerry's gonna get up to go to the bathroom,
Okay.
and he's
Yep.
gonna make his way over to where Cortland
He thinks
is.
he's so
Go-
subtle.
I like
I'm
to
gonna
think
go
he
to the
gets up
bathroom,
and is
goes
like, "I'm
closer
going
to
to
the
go
stage."
to the bathroom," and
When we watch
Well,
him go
like
over
you-
to another booth.
Like,
Yep.
We're like,
yeah. I need to use the restroom. Walks closer to stage, sits down with Cortland. Okay, and that's not the restroom.
Cortland is further from the stage, so
Oh.
it works out very nicely for that.
Except for Frankie, who can see the entire room.
He's gonna sit.
It does get a little. I mean, there's spotlights on you, so it's a little hard to see the rest of the entire club.
But Frankie's... Oh, no, sorry.
Frankie doesn't
Jerry,
know Jerry's going to the bathroom. So it
No,
doesn't
but
matter.
Jerry's uglier than anyone else, so he's easy to keep tabs on.
tabs? Tabitha?
Jerry's also smaller than everyone else, so
Yeah, so he
Well,
sticks
Jerry
out like a
is
sore
now
thumb.
talking to Professor Cortland.
Yeah.
So you
When-
approach his booth,
When
and
Margie's
he greets you,
bucketed him.
and he just says, "Why, hello, Dr. Fletcher. How can I help you tonight?"
thank you for agreeing to talk with me in private.
Absolutely. Is this private enough for you?
Oh yes, this'll do. I heard that you had a run-in with Radamanthus back in Ohio.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He gave me very, very big fascist energies.
Well, I was just wondering if you could fill me in on a little bit of that conversation. The reasons being, I'm, well, old friend of his, and
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't mean any offense by that. He was just espousing pretty antiquated views, we'll say.
none taken. I understand.
Yep.
I was just wondering. I heard he offered you a position to work with him.
That's right.
Was seeking to recruit you for something.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you knew or heard what that was.
Well, I'll be honest, I didn't hear his whole spiel, and it was much more bluster than substantive. His whole thing, and this is what tipped me off to the whole fascist thing, is he just said, "I'm in a mission to improve humankind and to elevate the human race away from the dross," is what he said.
From the Dross.
Yep. So after that, I determined I'm going to convince this guy that I'm the dross. So I acted rather stupid.
Do you know what he wanted you for?
No, but he said he would be... He said he already has a vast team already working on this, and there were only 3 people with him at the time, so if anything, I'd wager he's got much bigger teams somewhere. And he said he was looking for specific skills in computer programming. He asked if I had any knowledge about implants, and he also asked if I had any skill in, well, just general biomedical engineering, I suppose. He asked if I'd ever manufactured organs before, which was a very odd question to ask a meteorologist.
Are you known for doing anything else besides meteorology?
No. Well, I teach kids science. I'm a traveling science teacher. So I've talked a lot about anatomy and physics and stuff like that, but I am only an expert on meteorology.
Was there anything else weird about him or the group he was traveling with?
Well, their fancy digs were weird.
Their digs?
Yeah, their clothes. They looked like, you know when you're in your teenage years and you think about, like, forming a gang? And you're like, yeah, we're all in our gang together. And you get, like, leather jackets with, like, snakes on it or something.
He was wearing leather jackets with...
No. It just seemed like when you form a club when you're a kid and you give everyone matching uniforms. It looked like he very much so wanted to be a faction leader, but had 3 people in his group. Overcompensating, I guess.
Called out.
I like Cortland.
Did he strike you as someone who had a larger group somewhere else, or do he strike you as one who had
That's a
only
good
3
question.
people and was trying to project strength?
I do think he actually has more. Maybe not as dedicated to this grand mission of his as the 2 people with him. I imagine they don't all have fancy Greek names or anything arrogant like that.
Telling us about Paulus. Why are you telling us about Paulus?
They're just playing pretend at a kingdom of Gnosis, I guess.
They're not playing pretend.
They actually brought back the Cretan kingdom from, when was that? 3000 BC, if I have my dates right.
No, it's not what they say it is, but I don't doubt that they are creating something. Something that is very real.
Interesting. Well, then I am pretty afraid of what those people might be able to make. Because though they espoused the elevation of the human mind, seems like they hadn't really done anything to their souls.
Did he give you any indication where his group was located or where they were working?
Unfortunately not.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Of course.
Appreciate the information.
Absolutely. I look forward to working with you.
I as well. Thank you. I have another meeting that I have to go to starting in about 15 minutes.
Okay, we'll have fun with that.
I'll try.
He also just does not know that Radamanthus is here.
That's
Okay.
gonna be awkward.
Yep.
Oh, hi, I was just talking smack about you.
Fascist guy.
I feel like you're a fascist just compensating for something.
And has no soul.
He didn't say he has no soul. He just
You bloat
meant
your
he's got a-
brain, but it doesn't make up for everything else that's wrong with you.
Just be
So-
careful what you say around Sergeant Corporal. He might take that literally.
Could work. Yeah.
Maybe that's a good thing. Oh no, Sergeant Corporal Kinrod.
In America.
Anyway,
Moving on.
All right. We're gonna go to. We'll do Jules. Since you were technically the first one to leave.
I need to talk to DTL. I need to hail Ulster.
Yes. All right.
Talk about our
So,
continued employment.
Yeah. There would be an actual radio station here at Xanadu. They would allow you to use the radio tower. They're not doing anything else. They're not broadcasting anything else tonight.
So I'll try and reach out to Ulster then.
All right. Yeah, you patch into their tower. Ulster is there.
Ulster, are you there on the other side?
Miss Ortega.
Burning
How
the
are
candle
things
at both
going?
ends. Things are good. We found Courtland.
Well, that is spectacular news. Alive, I hope.
Alive and well and willing to continue his work.
Good.
We'd like to
Good.
facilitate that.
Well, that is certainly in accordance to Mr. Delroy's will. I would allow you all to continue with company pay if you continue working with him. We all know what the end goal is, so until that goal is complete, as far as I see it, keeping you all in temporary employ works for Delroy's estate.
All right. Well, for the time being, we're heading up to the weather station in Indianapolis.
You don't have to give me exact updates.
You have reason to want to keep it closer to the chest.
just experience?
Well, we've got a next goal, and I'll keep you updated on how that goes as the next few days progress.
Excellent. Good.
The one other thing we need to talk about, we've incurred a number of expenses traveling that have been coming directly out of the freelancers' pay. If they're going to be working with us long term, I would prefer those be covered.
What sort of expenses?
I'm actually blanking on what they were. I just knew we needed to have this conversation.
Were there anyone?
Supplies,
there
all
were-
our medical supplies that
Yep.
had to trade. with
Rations,
travel.
medical
Trip
supplies,
from
travel.
the pit crew.
Yep. Rations, medical supplies, transportation, things like that that are only servicing Delroy's goal.
Well, do you remember what the contract said, Miss Ortega?
I didn't sign the contract. I'm not a freelancer.
That's true. But you were all instructed to bring enough supplies for, I believe, 2 months of travel. And it has barely been 30 days, 20 days.
So, all right, maybe rations, they can take care of themselves, but when traveling with the Union, they were all forced to give up their medical supplies.
Why did you travel with the Union?
It was the fastest way to get to Courtlawn before somebody else did and killed him. It was doing the job optimally, Ulster.
Hold on a second. The Union only seizes chems.
They seized our medical supplies as well.
Roll a deception check.
They did!
They seized some other stuff, too.
They took our stim packs, man.
They took
That's what
some
I'm...
other stuff, too.
Well, I know, but that's not what I'm talking about.
She didn't say they didn't take chems. She said they did take medical supplies.
You're saying stim packs.
Yes. Right away.
We didn't provide you with any stim packs or Radaway.
No, they're supplies that my team had.
Well, your team is responsible for their own supplies.
Yes, but they were taken from us in the line of doing your work.
There's no insurance at Delroy Trade Lines. If you lose something, that's on you.
I'm just saying, we've gone in harm's way a number of times on this
And
quest
you will
to find
continue
Courtlawn.
to be paid. Very generously, I might add. No DTL caravan gets paid this much. Just buy new chems. Sorry, new stim packs. Do not buy new chems, and tell me if anyone does.
We're not going to have a problem with that.
Good.
No, because one of our people
It's
actually
just-
manufactures drugs a lot.
It's just taken a large chunk out of the freelancers' pay.
How large a chunk?
At least 200 caps for the trip to Indy.
I got 50 caps taken from the trip here
What for?
when we paid the other people.
What other people?
The pit crew?
That's no, that 200 total to get to.
Oh, right. Yeah, you paid the pit crew.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And then there were rations, which ended up costing us about 130 total, right?
Are you saying
Plus medical supplies that were, I don't know how to guesstimate those. How much did we lose?
Medical
2,000
supplies.
That's way over.
Yeah, I don't know what
I
like
lost.
Rad-X or
I
anything
lost
costs.
more than. I lost about 10 stim packs.
I lost one stim pack.
And I lost 2. How much are stim packs?
They were like 100 caps each. roughly.
Yeah,
No,
they're
they-
not
What?
cheap.
Maybe,
No.
maybe full stim packs. Definitely not
Full stim
diluted.
packs.
He
Diluted
had
stim packs
I
are
had-
full
I
stim
had-
I don't
packs.
believe that about stim packs. I'm checking the rules.
They were. They
They're
were
pretty
expensive.
expensive.
I
in the
remember they
games
were
that
expensive, but I don't remember them being that expensive.
I don't know.
Okay.
You sure?
It's not 100.
You can buy a Gauss rifle for cheaper than that.
Yeah, well, Fallout doesn't like you to heal, it likes you to die.
Yeah,
That's
let's
kinda
look
true.
into something else.
That's not a commentary on how much stim packs should cost. It's a commentary on what Fallout prices things like.
Just a ballpark would be good, but since we're in such different regions, we know what we think it is.
Ulster's asking for our receipts, and he needs to get our receipts.
Yeah, 10 stim packs is still going to be a lot either way.
Regular stim packs are 50.
Okay.
Dang, man, you had like 10 of those?
Yeah.
So we lost
That's a
like
lot.
500 caps worth of stim packs.
now most of this comes from having lost their stim packs, but
Due
probably
to
in
a
the
choice
range of
that you made.
700 or 800 caps. Yes, due to the choice we made, but you told us to bring supplies, and they did.
Right, and they lost them because they gave them away.
Would
as
you rather we
payment.
have walked? At the rate
Truth be told, I
Courtlawn was
would have
getting,
rather you hit them.
some of us tried.
We failed to hide anything.
I'm
Well,
just
you
saying,
tried
at the
your
rate
best, and it was a
Courtlawn has been
personal
getting
cost.
kidnapped, he wouldn't have made it if we had walked. This
not
was a choice that we
saying-
made in best judgment to pursue the goals that you gave us, and they've incurred expenses because of that. I'm not
All
asking
right.
for anything extravagant.
How much for the stim packs?
500.
All right, and the other expenses, what are they?
A ride from Indianapolis down to Xanadu once we learned that Courtlawn was being held there, and
A ride?
rations.
From who? I don't believe there's any Union lines that go down there, and they certainly don't ask for payment.
There's a mercenary crew I've got connections with there in town.
Name it, Miss Ortega.
The pit crew.
He's just looking for excuses not to pay.
I know. Listen, if he gives us the 500, I'll be happy.
You're asking for Delroy Trade Lines funds to go to a raider gang.
That was an example, not a specific expense I'm expecting to be
Well, we're
reimbursed
certainly
for.
not paying for that expense.
That one we'll take if you give us the money for the stim packs.
Roll a barter check.
Yeah.
I just got ready for this.
Can we change that to 700 caps for the stim packs and 0 for the pit crew bribe? Because
Yeah,
Too late for
Tabs
that.
actually also had
Here's the
stim
thing.
packs.
Just give Dr. Fletcher supplies to make more stim packs, or give
It'll
enough
be
money
fine.
to buy for the supplies, and he can give you guys the rest of the money.
What is this? This is, can I,
Charisma barter.
all right. I can't argue intelligence.
Call max was 200.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Oh, that's not ideal.
Well, but your barter's good. How good is your barter?
5.
We
But
also
that's
have full luck
still-
points if you wanted to use one of us.
Yeah. I'd
You
probably
have your luck
better.
points back.
I know. I hate to do that this early, though.
Yeah. I hate it, but I'll do it.
Oh,
Much better. 2 successes.
2 successes.
you sure? Is that not tagged?
It is tagged. That's why it's 2 successes.
Fine.
Oh, that
5
one's
and
not a
6
success at
is an
all.
11. Yeah.
So that means grand total. Let's see, there's 6 of you, 200. Your next pay will be 1,700 caps total. 200 for each member, and 500 for the stim packs.
To replace our supplies so that we can continue to operate as you'd
I
like
hope
us
you
to.
know how much of a risk putting these on a single caravan is. We don't normally like to take caravans and give them this much caps. This is exorbitant. But you've made your case.
And I'll lay off now that I have Ulster.
All right. There should be a Delroy caravan arriving in Indy, I believe in a few days, and hunkering down there. You're welcome to ask for your pay from them.
All
I
right.
probably shouldn't say that over the airwaves. So, Raiders, if you're listening, we are well armed, and we do remember who attacks us.
I can't give you much more information over the wire if you are particularly concerned, but this could be something very interesting. I think Delroy was onto something.
Good. Does anyone's pay need to be docked?
No, actually, they've been doing a better job than I'd expected after the first few weeks.
Really? Did you mention last time that there was chem trading going on?
No.
Okay.
She had some reservations, and I think that came across, but she didn't mention anything specific.
All right. Well, keep me updated, Miss Ortega. It is good to hear that Courtnant is alive.
We'll strive to keep him that way. Thank you, Ulster.
Of course. Ulster out.
Wait, was that one over or out? Are you still there?
He is gone.
Is over the one where you're not talking anymore? Is out the one where
Horace
you're
just
gone, or
told
is
me
it
this the
way?
other day and I already forgot it.
All right. We'll take a little break from Jules right now to go to Margie and Cosmo.
The doctor's dying?
Fun fact about Josh, he kind of dramatically hiccups. Freaks me out all the time.
Wow.
That's not really a hiccup. That was death
no,
light.
he's never hiccuped normally. It's always like, And I think he's like been poisoned or something.
He's drawing his last breath,
It
and then
sounds
it
like
stops
it.
being his last breath halfway through.
He was just so shocked about Margie.
I know. We're
That's
going
what
to
it sounded
Margie.
like.
Okay. We'll lay off.
All right,
Just
Margie.
bullying you on the internet.
After many party members leave, Cosmo would look at you with a giant T45 power armor. Do you want to go see your new set?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go. It's in the stables. All right, and she would lead you out of the club, out of the hotel, and closer to some stables that are also here. There's no horses here. What is this, Finley? But you would see a few members of hotel staff moving what looks to be just a few articles, including a full set of power armor, to this single stable. There is a power armor, I don't remember what it's called, station, rack, the yellow thing.
Power armor station.
Power armor station there, and you would see a suit of power armor there. Also leaning up next to it would be an assault rifle, and there's still one attendant there. The attendant is wearing like a green bookie's visor. You know, those little like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, those things. Those transparent ones. Well, look who did it! You did it! You made us quite a lot of money tonight, Cosmo. We're so glad with your performance. Kinda wish you killed him, though. He's kind of a jerk, but that's okay. That's okay. We're all good. All good here. Thanks, Lenny. Any other payment? Did he have caps on him? Fortunately, or unfortunately, he did not. But he did have this. And Lenny, the bookie, is just going to hand over what looks to be some kind of holodesk. Looks like a floppy disk a little bit. Over to Cosmo. I have no idea what this means. Do you know what this means?
Do I?
Yeah? Well, that's the question. It is marked in block text, USN, LCDR, Blakely, comma, Corinthian. I'll spell it out and put it in chat. You are welcome to roll an intelligence check on this. I will allow speech, science. Yeah, that's it. Speech or science. Your pick. Also, if you recognize anything, let's put it in references. Why not?
I'm definitely picking science.
There you go. No way. Actually, there'd be one small change that I'm going to make to it right now.
Do I know the difficulty for this?
Oh, shoot, that's wrong. Bam. Fixed. Difficulty partial, but you'll get something with a 2 and something with a 4.
Nothing with a 1.
Now that
I
you
don't
won.
have a 1 even.
Okay.
So, I have nothing.
Yeah, you have no idea. You're welcome to read the text again in chat, but that's where it is. Huh. Well, hey, here's power armor. And Cosmo would look it over. It is actually not all T60 power armor, unfortunately.
I've been lied to
The
by
head-
an announcer.
The head and the torso, which are arguably the most important parts, are
And
T60s. And what?
Some part of that's busted, right?
No, they're both T60s. The left
I don't
arm
think
is
it's
from a
an
set of
officer's.
T51 power armor. The right arm and legs are what is called in the rules Raider power armor, which is the worst in the game. So it is a absolutely cobbled together suit of power armor. But the head and torso are T60, which outside of extremely rare prototypes that only a very select few people in the country have, it's the best suit of power armor you can get.
Would I know this?
Intelligence plus science check. Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
Not a thing.
Not a thing.
Yeah. Power armor is just something very alien to you. It sounds like Cooney was pretty isolationist even before the war, so interacting with military and military technology was just kind of...
They probably also weren't super pro-military or, like, especially stuff like this.
Yeah.
They didn't like nuclear power as a concept.
Yeah, and this one has a nuclear battery in the back of it.
Yeah, so they would never have used it.
Speaking of which, here's my temporary rules ruling for power armor. I'm just going to double the quantity of charges that every power armor core has. So I believe in the book it says, I think it's 6 charges, and you expend... Oh no, I think it's 4 charges, and you expend 1 per scene. I'm going to say they've got 8. And because you have the nuclear physicist perk...
I was about to ask.
What exactly does that say? Does that say double?
I believe what it does is it's like an add 3, but I have it here. I have 3 additional charges in any fusion cores I use.
Okay. Double that.
Ooh.
So you have a total of 14 charges on this thing.
Nice.
That being said, I'm going to say every locale, if you are in the suit of power armor, you're going to expend... This sounds a little harsh. 6 uses. Given that every
So-
locale takes around 4 days and a scene can be an hour, it's pretty generous.
Yeah. Okay. So Xanadu would count as 1 locale, though?
Locale's only for traveling.
So how would it work traditionally in Xanadu?
It would. So scene by scene. Cosmo has quite the stockpile.
I imagine.
Yep.
And how do you get the cores?
You find them. Scavenge them in old military bases, off of other people in power armor. I suppose you could make them if you had a reactor available. I don't know if they're actually nuclear reactors themselves or nuclear batteries. I might have to look into it. They're called cores, which makes me think they are actual active reactors, which is sweet.
I believe it's a battery powered on nuclear fusion.
Okay, right.
Dang.
Okay, that makes
That's
sense.
pretty cool. I put a little sun in there.
Just a little bit.
A little bit of sun.
It's technically solar powered. Where's the panel? Internal? It's not really a panel as much as the sun.
Well, okay. You have any questions? I'm not going to teach you.
Oh,
You need to learn that yourself.
I haven't. How do you get in?
You're going to need to learn that yourself.
Oh.
That's how I did. You're not going to be good in this unless you can actually do more in it than just someone telling you what to do.
You knew the Crimson Criminal, though? Do you know who he killed? Or why?
I don't know any why. I just know he had a very bad reputation and has probably killed a few dozens. You're welcome to talk to him. He's alive.
Where is he?
Good question. I don't know.
Do you know who would know?
Lenny, do you know? Lenny has just been standing here this entire time. A little awkward. Probably should have gone. Oh, yeah, I think he and the rest of his group, left Xanadu, just to camp outside, where the rest of the plebeians go. So, yeah, he's like right over there, amidst all the fires and everything. Somebody couldn't pay for a room.
Oh.
Okay, well, I've got actual work to do.
Will this... Do I need to take it now? Or is it going to be here when we leave?
Well, I guess someone could steal it.
Oh.
She takes the reactor core out. Here you go.
Oh, thank you.
Now they can't. This is what I will tell you. When you put it in, slide it in first. Screw it tight.
Okay. What happens if you don't screw it tight?
It won't maintain the connection and it won't power the suit.
Oh, that wouldn't be good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to bed. Maybe read a book.
Okay.
Good night. It's soda can size.
Oh, okay. Dang.
Yep. There you go.
There you go. Here's your prop.
Armor acquired.
You did that what? It's an awful idea.
Dude, you have a breast pocket. Just put it right there.
Margie doesn't have a breast pocket.
Yeah, she does in her jacket.
Margie's wearing a dress.
She's not wearing her jacket right now.
Oh, that's fair. Oh, yeah, good
Yeah.
point.
Margie
swimming
Margie has
issues.
the other breast pocket.
Dress with breast pocket. There you go.
All
right.
So anyway, imagine you have any nuclear cores. Women will just keep anything.
It would look like a
Pull
bird's
it,
boo.
Who told
pull
you
it
the
out of her
secrets?
purse. She's
All
like,
right.
yeah, I got one.
There's some
Okay.
ibuprofen too if you need.
I am gonna go to find Jorge Diaz though.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do that because he is right over there. So you go towards the fires and would see a lot of people. I guess commoners is the word that I'd use. People that were watching the fights or participating in them, in Jorge's case, that aren't paying for a room, that are just camping out here for the night before they leave.
Does this count as a no violence zone or is this not?
Great question.
Uh-oh.
I'm glad you asked that. So you do see the fire that Lenny pointed out to you, and you would see a power armorless individual.
Probably best not to walk
Yeah.
up to him in his power armor anyway.
Yeah, you would see a Hispanic man pacing around a fire with a bunch of people surrounding him. Go ahead and roll a quick perception check, difficulty of 1.
Can I roll good? Gosh, no. I can't roll.
Yeah, that ain't gonna do anything.
Nothing?
Nothing.
It's the gas mask.
It's literally like
Okay.
I have one of my dice has rolled an 18 or 19 on every roll so far.
All right. So it's a little muffled, but you continue walking towards them. As you're getting closer and closer, first you'd feel like you hear people talking, but then as you get close, you realize, oh wait, no, it's some kind of argument. And you just hear one person say, "Not the kind of leader we need."
To who?
To Jorge. And Jorge's going to say, "You're lucky the rules don't apply here." And he's just going to start stabbing the person that just said that.
I'm gonna take a pause.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
you are about
Wait.
10 feet away from this right now because you totally missed the fact that this was an argument.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a pause, take a moment, mind my business, wait.
You start whistling. Oh, what's that bird doing up there?
It sounds like absolutely nothing because of the gas mask.
Stab,
Sounds like a
stab,
little squeak.
stab. And just one of these people that was around him just crumples to the ground right next to this fire. Jorge pulls the knife out and looks right at you. Can I help you?
Hi. I was wondering. I don't know where to go from here.
Inside.
What? Are you?
Tim, can you haul him away? Sure, boss. And a corpse is just being dragged away.
Are you a leader of some kind?
I think I just proved that. Yeah.
Oh. What kind of motivates you? Do you have a goal in killing, or
Are you questioning why I just stabbed him?
no, other people?
I kill people that are in my way. Is that enough motivation for you?
Well, I was wondering what "in the way" meant.
Depends on a case-by-case basis.
Could you give me some examples?
Roll a persuasion check.
This is not
Why do
going
you
well.
kill people?
I need to roll different dice than
Just
I've rolled
don't
so
get in
far.
his way while you're doing this.
I'm leaving. I'm not in his personal space at all.
Wouldn't it be funny if Margie accidentally became a Raider gang leader?
Guys,
She's
I don't
like,
want this.
I have to defend myself. Boo, boo, boo. They're like, our new leader. She's like, no.
She who wears the
The
crimson
Lisanal
armor.
guy.
She's like, oop. We don't kill any more guys. And they're like, what? New rule. I did get one success.
One.
I still did roll a 19 the other time. A curse.
Oh,
How risky is
well,
this?
one time there was this guy who questioned my leadership. And then I
I
killed him.
was hoping for a further back example.
Did I kill someone you know?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
And so you want me to go back through every person I've killed? I don't know all of their names.
What are the names of the ones that you did?
Put yourself in my shoes.
They're...
It's an idiom.
I think...
Why do you think I would ever tell someone the people that I've killed? Especially someone who's new, who's masked, who I have no reason to trust.
Because I'm not really a part of any of it.
Oh, okay. Maybe take the mask off and I might trust you.
I don't think that would help. I'm not gonna do anything about it to you. I was just wondering.
It's a very interesting curiosity you have here.
It's just, I've heard mention, and I'm kind of wondering if you might be a lead to something I'm trying to figure out. Not much to be done if people are already dead, so I won't try to do anything about it. But I just thought you'd know more.
What's the lead?
So far, it's just you. I've been hearing about something about Crimson something while I've been traveling, and then you're the Crimson criminal?
Well, what do you want with the Crimson Group?
It's a group?
Why are you following it?
It's something I don't understand yet, and I have other things I'm trying to look into. I'm not sure if they're connected, but...
Boys.
Hmm?
He just said boys. And
Am I in danger?
roll a perception check.
Oh, my dice are bad. Oh, that one's not great. One success.
One will cut it. You would see some of the raiders. People around him. We don't know that these are raiders. Yeah, he just killed someone who questioned him. The raiders get up from the tables and rocks that they were sitting on and slowly gather around you.
I'm gonna like raise my hands. Like, I really just wanted to talk and then leave you alone. You know I'm the one that
You might know too much.
I'm the one that called for mercy for you anyway. A lot of people wanted you dead.
Very lucky. That's one critical success and a 19. So, no complication. That's a good point. That was you.
If I'd wanted you dead, I wouldn't have even have to do anything. I wanted you alive so I could talk to you and then leave you be.
You would see as the rest of the people around you visibly loosen up a little bit. If any had hands on weapons, they're now not. It's a good point. So what do you know?
Not very much. There's some people who went missing.
What people?
I don't have the list of names, but I would rattle off the list of the people I'm looking for.
As you said, you spared me. And I appreciate that. I used to be in the group of this people that you just mentioned. I killed 2 of them, Rachel and Benji. The rest, I don't know where they're at.
I assume you split off from the group after killing them, or was this...
Killing them was me splitting off.
What was the disagreement you must have had?
They were slow. I'm fast.
What was that group trying to accomplish?
If I tell you that, you're either going to need to join me or be my enemy.
Why can't I be neither?
Because we're after something important. And if I tell someone else, well, you might get it first.
What makes you think I want it?
Why are you asking these questions?
To track down people.
You're after the people?
If I knew what it was that you were searching for, I wouldn't have asked.
Right, but you're... When you know what it is, you're going to chase it. And I can't allow that.
If it's something like eternal youth, or it's something that prevents you from dying or something, then it probably isn't real. And if it's not something like that, I don't think that just anyone would want
I'm
it.
not telling you, okay? Unless you're joining me. And honestly, I don't think I want you. You don't look like much of a fighter.
Everyone's
Youch.
taking emotional damage at Xanadu.
Do you know where the others were going?
Yeah, I can't tell you that. Fine. Well, I can tell you one thing, where they were. This is a mercy, because you gave me a mercy.
Thanks.
Pulling up my Maps app. I love being able to do that. I'm not like, look up the D&D map, please, or like, look up the Dishonored map. I'm just like, show me Chicago. Actually, he would not say Chicago. Chicago. He would say something slightly similarly sounding. Sheboygan. It's in Wisconsin.
Isn't that where that one, like, low quality jazz band in Home Alone played? They were like, we're really big in Sheboygan. I don't know why I remember that. But
That
they-
sounds about right.
That's so
I
oddly
sometimes
specific.
just randomly remember weird lines from movies.
Isn't that in the storms now?
Yeah, it is.
And they were going there?
Yeah. They've been there.
Before or after the storm started?
Before.
So, were they going back?
No, they're there.
Still?
Yes, they're slow. That's why I left.
So you're going there now?
No. Okay, I did say I was going to the same place. They're probably still there. I hope they're still there.
Why are they there?
I can't tell you that.
Well, if you were going after what they're going after, and you're not going there, then what you're after isn't there.
We're going after the same thing, but they're slow, so they're probably still there.
So you left there.
Yes.
So why were they there? You started
I
there?
can't tell you that. You can't ask me why. You ask me why one more time. I will run out of mercy.
I'm not gonna hit this man with the for what reason. But I want to. But I won't. Is anyone else? Is any other faction or anything after the same thing?
Oh, I'd hope not.
So you don't think anyone else knows about it?
No, they shouldn't.
I don't think I will.
How did you know me?
By the mention of Crimson?
I'll tell you what, I can cut you a deal. I can tell you more information. If you get back something of my things.
Anything?
I need a hollow disc back.
What's the significance of it?
It's mine.
Well, you also had power armor.
I would like that back too.
So why are you choosing the holodisc?
It's a little hard to steal a suit of power armor.
So it's just because it's easy?
And it's mine.
And it has information on what you're trying to get?
Yeah. You get that to me? I'll tell you everything I know.
How long are you still going to be here?
We're leaving in the morning.
I'll see what I can do.
Good.
I'm going to make my way away.
All right. Right now, we are going to take just a little break. We will be back at, let's shoot for 7:55. We will see you then. Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. So, Margie just asked Jorge why and
One too
almost got stabbed, but got some pretty pivotal information. After this, we're gonna go to Frankie, who has a pretty nice performance. The whole thing goes spectacularly. You don't get a solo. There are a couple songs that feature a trumpet solo and a saxophone solo, but yeah, there are saxophone players here. There are probably 2. They're not. I don't have names for the entire Protons.
Kill them.
I need that saxophone.
Yep. But the rest of the performance is just a wonderful night of being able to play in a band is a wonderful feeling, especially when you've practiced so much on your own. It's very encouraging to be with other people that are also competent and also just having a lot of fun with it. And that proves to be your experience with it. After, what did I say? Take 5. That's I believe that was the last song on the set list. After that, it seems like the jazz club is somewhat vacant. There's still a few people, but that last song finishes. There is still plenty of applause. And Chops Tanner would just go up to the microphone and just say, "And thank you all very much for listening. You all have a wonderful evening." And there's that collective sigh of relief from everybody else of like, we did it, another concert down the drain. It was awesome.
Down the drain.
On the drain.
Sorry, that sounds...
On the books.
On the books. There you go. That's better.
I was gonna say in the
One session down
That's
the drain.
what they
It
say
was
in the
crap.
Arnasium.
Yeah, that's...
Another
yeah.
one down the drain.
No,
The
let's
guys
go
in the
to
bar
the
like,
drain.
Yeah. So, as everyone's packing up their music instruments, Chops would approach you and just say, "Well, Mr. Frankie, you came here right here in the nick of time, and gotta say, I appreciate it."
Well, I gotta say, never in my wildest dreams would I imagine I'd be playing with the Protons here tonight. I truly thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just so thankful for the timing. I mean, you came in here like 15 minutes before. Whew. Well, Frankie, I gotta ask, what's your next plan? What are you doing next?
Well, right now I'm working on a little bit of a side gig, but I am looking to open my own jazz diner sometime here in the future.
A jazz diner. That's interesting. You know, I've been looking for a venue to perform in that's not here. I mean, it'd be a little good to get outside of Xanadu. So that sounds like a pretty admirable goal to pursue.
Well, that's a little bit in the long term, but if you ever hear of a place called Frankie's or Frankie's Place in about 5 years, just know I made it. I do gotta ask you one question, Miss Tanner.
Of course.
You all have spectacular, magnificently well-kept instruments. Where do you find your equipment?
Oh, that was just about as hard as finding everyone else to actually build the band in the first place. I think Angelo has a guy. Hey, Angelo, can you come over here? And Angelo, the guy who nabbed you initially, which I will note did
Nabbed
not.
you.
That is the right word for the occasion. I honestly think he probably grabbed him by the collar, like, "You have musical talent? Come here, get over here." Angelo would come over. I was going to say, just a note, he did not play an instrument in the show. He was just there. He wasn't even emceeing either.
Band manager.
There you go. All right, what can I help you with, Chops? Oh, he was just asking for a contact for, looking for instruments for himself.
Someone whips out the marimba.
Yep, the percussionist
I've
is
got an
putting his stuff
instrument
away.
for you.
Oh, well, I mean, it depends. What kind of instrument are you looking for?
Well, I gotta say, the trumpet, as wonderful as it is not my main instrument. It's a little hard on what lips I have left. I've been on the lookout for a saxophone for years now. and I haven't even come across a single reed.
Well, I mean, you can have mine. I certainly don't use it anymore. It was my in the band, but then I found out that I had a different calling for this group here.
Huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
just take mine. It's not the best. I don't have too many reeds available, but I think you'd still like it. It's in fine condition, and you've done us a great service tonight, so why not?
Is this some sort of joke?
No, you played with the Protons, of course. Sorry, this accent's getting slightly Russian, and not what I'm going for. They're close.
Ah, comrade.
No. Sergeant Comrade.
Americans don't have comrades.
We've got
We
pals.
Buddies, if you will.
But anyways, Angelo would go to. They would probably have their own set room here. They're kind of regulars here. They pretty much, this is their lounge. Would go to a back storage area and come back with that pretty uniquely shaped saxophone case, and he would rather dramatically chunk chunk.
It's like
Open it
opening the
forward.
Ark of the Covenant,
It
lights
is.
pouring out.
Everyone
Considering it is brass or nickel or whatever the equivalent, I think nickel from what I've heard. It is actually quite shiny, like the Ark of the Covenant. The eyes just catch on it, or the lights catch on it just perfectly. It's not unblemished. There did indeed happen to be a brief nuclear war, and so as far as Angelo has referred to it, though, he would say, "Well, I certainly took good care of it, so I suppose that role falls to you now. But if this, oh, sorry, he didn't hear about Frankie's place. Maybe just consider it owing us a little bit. If we ever need a pinch hitter, I guess. Might be good to call upon you.
A what?
Pinch hitter. The baseball term. Someone
Someone
that
who
you
step
call
in.
at the very end to like hit a home run.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry about
No,
that.
I'm not a sports guy.
You're not Paulie,
Just-
you're Frankie.
No, Paulie doesn't know that off the top of his head. He knows all the positions.
Okay, I'm not saying that we would just randomly call you and say, "Hey, we need you for a show," but if you're ever around, we'd certainly love to have you.
Well, frankly, I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, then don't say. Play. And Chops would scooch that case over to you.
Frankie's never played the saxophone, so it would probably sound like a dying goose, but
Wait.
we'll get there. He's never played a saxophone yet. He wants to.
confused.
He just
He
thinks that would be
wants
better
to.
for
So
him.
he has
Right.
like this imagined ideal of the saxophone.
Yes. It's him on stage just playing a jazz sax.
Dude, dude.
Fair
Careless
enough.
whisper.
That's what it is.
Okay.
So he will not put together the saxophone right now, but he will accept it.
All right.
I know this might be a bit of a uncommon, more uncommon instrument for you all, but you all wouldn't happen to know any places that have guitars, would you?
Acoustic or electric? That's Angelo.
I think electric. Anyone that's functional, though.
Not off the top of my head. I do know there was a place before the war, Gibbons, near Kalamazoo in Michigan, that manufactured them. I don't know if there's any intact, but could be a good place to start.
Absolutely. As far as I know, there's only one guitar toting cat around these parts.
Oh, not a fan of him.
Not my style, but I can appreciate his work.
Yeah, he's spreading music, which works enough for me. Anyways. Think there's also... If you're going much further north, I think there's another sorry. I think there's another guitar brand, Wesley Paul.
Wesley Paul.
Fall. Actually, you know what?
Follow
no,
vacation.
this is before the diversion. Les Paul.
Yeah, this was actually a while ago.
Yeah. Yep. Nobody caught the Gibbons one though.
I
Womp
did.
womp.
No,
Oh, you did?
Gibsons.
Yep.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what the actual one was, but I was like, gibbons are monkeys. So
There are
I
also
don't
people
think-
with that name. It's
Same.
a common last name. Gibbons?
Oh yeah.
I have
there's
not
a
met
guy,
one.
Yeah.
I know a guy named Will Gibbons.
Yeah, there you go.
I know of a guy.
Is he a
Not
monkey?
personally. No, he's a.
Hey, Will,
he
good
will
to see
monkey.
you.
Yeah, he's a 3D. He's a 3D renderer.
He is a
he's
monkey.
a 3D render of a
Watching
monkey.
us right now.
This is Will. Points to screen with a 3D render of a monkey.
That's Will Gibbons.
It's a Blender model.
It's Jules' next project after Pip.
So Frankie's taking notes.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna run this one. Will Gibbons.
Thank you again. Do
Anytime.
you all mostly stay around Xanadu and?
Well, that's mostly been the plan right now. They're kind of most hospitable place to stay. You know, we're musicians and many of us can take care of ourselves, but it's good to have a place to hunker down and actually be safe at.
That's
So.
true. There's a lot of people passing through here, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Culture's not the best, though, but they treat us well.
As one of the only best forms of entertainment here in the Midwest, I'm sure they would.
Well, it's nice to hear that. It's good to see that we actually have fans that recognize us, too. We're just so used to being the entertainment and not, that's the band. So,
What are you talking about? I'm sure anyone who listens to the Crop Duster would know you guys.
oh, well, we do go on there from time to time. Well, thank you so much for your performance tonight, Frankie. You really did us a solid.
Thank you.
Now, treat that well, okay? Says
Oh,
Angela.
I will. And next time I'm in town, I'll be sure to stop by.
We'll be planning on it. All
I
right.
think that was all Frankie had for them. Bruce is gone. Frankie's okay.
Okay. So you would leave the, I guess green room would be the correct term. I don't know. And as soon as you would leave that, you would see the almost 8 foot tall super mutant wearing a fine Xanadu uniform, Bartholomew, just looking down at you. Ah, you. Lady Armitage has requested your presence.
Oh,
You should not disappoint her.
oh, right. Promise I won't. Is she in her room?
Yes,
Okay. Thank you.
of course, sir. And then he would thump, thump, thump.
Frankie would have returned the Protons uniform as well.
Okay,
He would have gotten changed after the performance.
all right. Good to know. Respectable. I honestly was keeping that ambiguous. They might have let you take that, but, it's a proton
It's a
uniform.
white tuxedo. Well, a white jacket at least.
Yeah. All right.
I guess Frankie's going to Lady Armitage's room.
Okay.
He'd probably drop off the saxophone in our hotel room first.
All right. Sounds good. Before we get to that, here's the order. We're going to do you and Avrancev, and then you and Radamanthus. Boom, boom. All right.
You're a special victim.
What?
Bum, bum.
Boom.
Before I leave, I would see if Tabitha's got a mat.
Yeah, what's up?
I know we're not really allowed to do the whole violence thing here, but like I told Cosmo, and I'm not sure how long she's going to be sticking around for. If I don't come back in a half hour, come after me.
All right.
Great. Appreciate it.
Have fun with whatever you're doing. Are you talking to the handsome fella?
Just a technological demo.
Okay. Have fun. She kind of does a very badly, not so subtle, like.
Is Hudson handsome?
Yeah, he's like an 8,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
we've
Oh,
established.
I mean, he's got art,
Yeah.
so that's
He's
for you to
handsome
determine.
and a
Well,
neuromentalist,
art.
and there's nothing else
And
about
a
him you need to know.
And a nerd, which is
You're
why we
not.
get
Nerds are the
along.
best ones.
You're a nerd, but you're ugly.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, he's fine.
He fine.
He's fine.
Care
to share with
the class? No.
Oh, we were just looking at the character art.
I mean,
Oh,
like,
okay. right.
AI thing.
Oh yeah.
he
Yep. Art.
was described as an 8 out of 10, I believe.
Yes, he was.
So, like,
And in the
he's
Fallout
objectively...
world, that's
That was
pretty
one of-
good because a lot of them. Is
yeah,
like a
it's like,
little
you don't have
wrinkly.
any radiation damage, you
Yeah,
don't have any,
you have
like,
all your
sun
teeth.
damage, like, you're doing
Yeah.
great.
Look,
like,
as far as ghouls go, Frankie's a solid 6.
nice. Nice.
Who would be higher on the ghoul list?
Who's the hottest
I mean-
fool?
I mean, Barnes
Elvis
is at least a 7.
Really?
Solid.
So when you had your
Wellington.
padding, you
He's
were
like a
7.
little like. A,
He's
Pompadour.
mentally stable and won't bite you.
yeah.
That's like
The bar
most-
is low for ghouls, isn't
It
it?
is. It is incredible though.
At
This
least
is my
try for
boyfriend.
pretty eyes. Like, at least go for,
He's
like,
not
I
all
love
there.
him.
the parts
He's
that...
just hangry. Give him a
I can
Snickers.
fix him.
The parts that aren't, like,
You're not you.
dropping off. Like, you could have good eyes, good teeth as a ghoul.
You could.
I do imagine you could probably get yourself shot if you were a regular ghoul and you pretended to be feral.
Oh, if Frankie pretended to be feral, he would be shot on site.
Man. Okay. Wow.
It's a
That's
get
why
out
he
of jail
doesn't
free
pretend to
card.
be
Pretend to
feral.
be feral.
Right, yeah, fair
You
enough.
get shot.
Okay. So, Julian.
So, I've got backup. I'm
Yes.
gonna go to the stage, I guess,
All right.
and with Pip.
Yep. So as you go there, you would have to weave through the rest of the crowds at the market.
Keeping an
Uh,
eye out for Bellamy still.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Even if I'm a little convinced Avernsiv is not working with the guy, he's still like very present threat.
Yes.
It's what? Survival, right?
Correct.
That is
I-
2 successes.
I might allow speech for that in the future if it's like in a crowd of people.
You know, survival's actually better for me.
Okay, survival it is. How many successes?
2.
You swear you see someone that looks like him, but as he turns around, it just appears to be someone else.
Just getting paranoid, man.
Maybe a little bit.
I'm gonna, as we go along, when we get somewhere a little bit more private, I'm gonna tell Pip, all right, when we get in there,
Okay.
engage Joy Buzzer.
Okay. All right.
I don't think it's going to be a problem,
Oh,
but
wait. One quick thing.
Yeah.
I took a look at Cortland's computer.
Oh,
Just
yeah?
wanted to say, he looks like a swell guy, I guess. I mean, all the research that he talked about seemed to track. He's building some kind of like mobile weather station. He's trying to build a program to like evaluate the weather and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I snooped.
good job, Pip. I'm glad to see you're taking the initiative,
Yeah,
and it's good to know Cortland checks out.
of course. He really needs to upgrade his firewall.
I'll introduce you tomorrow, and maybe you can tell him.
Okay, sounds good.
If we're traveling with him, we're going to have to break the ice on that sooner or later.
Right, of course. But for right now,
Yes, I mean, don't go out of your way, but, you know, if anyone tries to... You know how Joy Buzzer works.
yeah, I know the protocol.
And if anything dodgy happens, go ahead and jump to someone else.
Okay, sounds good.
Great. And I'm going to head in.
Yeah. So to go in, you would have to first go through just a doorway with a little curtain over it. I guess less like a curtain and more like, you know, when there's like a doorway with like beads and stuff on it. It's like that, but tassels almost. So you go in.
As a cult leader or something.
Yeah. Well, it's a magic show location. You would see a small, probably a room with like a 40-foot radius, with maybe 50 to 75 seats all around. It's a radial design, so circular room and a small platform at the center of it, with just a table on the platform. The room smells like cinnamon and nutmeg, which is interesting.
When I look under the seats, there are cinnamon and nutmeg.
Oh.
No, it smells like that,
We got
but it
those
doesn't.
Christmas simmer pots going.
Yep, potpourri. Yeah, it just smells nice in here. No one else is in the room, though. There is a doorway at the back of the room, though.
I'll look around, see if I can figure out where Abronsiv's at.
Okay, perception check.
Like, headcanon is that Joy Buzzer is just that Pip screams.
You're not my dad! That's actually, wait, is that tag? No, it's not, so only 2.
2 successes. Still pretty good. You would hear some footsteps in the other room approaching this room.
Is that a you, Abronsiv?
He'd open the door. That is not a door noise. I don't know how to mimic squeaky door. Yeah, there it is.
Like a squawk.
That's what a squeaky door sounds like.
Corncob assaults you. No.
It's a squawky door.
Tabitha has decided,
gentlemen.
I'm not going to wait half an hour. I'm going
Welcome
after
to
Jules
Corncob
now.
Jazz.
What sound does the door make?
All right, okay. It's a... All right, no more door onomatopoeia. Avronsiv would leave the back room, and he would be holding what looks to be some kind of belt-driven machine and some kind of cylinder on top of it with strange symbols engraved in the cylinder itself.
Now, does that mean anything, or is that just part of the show?
Oh, this one's just part of the show. This is the dream machine. And he's just going to put it down at the table in the center.
Not to be offensive, but how much of this is real and how much of this is just telling the crowd what they want to hear?
None of this is telling the crowd what they want to hear. It's just giving them what they want. Oh, no, that's the same thing. Well, you know how you...
Yes. His shirt says Dream Machine.
What?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? The Dream Machine tour.
Avronsiv.
Wow.
Alternate picture.
Avronsiv is just, that's rocks. Okay.
In an AU.
Oh, my word.
Nice.
All right.
That's pretty good.
Dream Machine.
Now we know.
I'm sorry.
If I had a nickel for every time Des Rocks affected a campaign that I've run, I had 2 nickels, which is odd.
Yeah.
Anyways. That's actually probably named after this device, believe it or not. Okay, well, you know how you said that you suggested I do mind control?
It did sound a little bit like that from what you were saying.
Well, this is what real mind control looks like. Mind control. It's not.
You're going to have to explain that.
Well, you can't ever just tell a mind what to do. But you can put a mind in a certain context to be more suggestive. With here, I have been building an environment to make people trusting, comfortable.
Liable.
I wouldn't use that word.
Probably sell less tickets that way.
Comfortable. But chairs are comfy. It smells nice in here. And of course, he would flip a button on the actual machine, and you would hear this low melodic hum come throughout throughout the room. Surround sound from different speakers all around the room itself as the cylinder starts to spin. All the lights in the room go off except for a light in the center of the dream machine. So essentially, it's kind of like combine a record player and a lamp, but the lamp shade has weird shapes in it. So as it turns around, these odd oblique shadows are cast around the room. And yeah, go ahead and roll a endurance survival check. Why not?
Tabs and Cosmo are coming to get me in a half hour. It's okay.
Get hypnotized.
Let's see, it's endurance and
Partial
survival.
successes. Hidden difficulty.
Is that cocked?
I feel
What
like
do you
I
guys
know
think?
Yes.
It's a shame because that would have been a success, and that's not. However, due to my heavy coat, I can reroll 1d20 on endurance-based skill checks each scene.
All right.
Yes, 1.
One success? Okay. you definitely feel relaxed. Maybe not pliable and able to be manipulated, but it's nice sounding music, it's nice smelling, and there's just something about maybe the revolutions or the tempo of the Dream Machine that's just very calming.
That's actually a pretty neat trick. How does it work?
It's not a trick. Okay.
I don't mean that in an offensive way. I just mean I know there's something behind that.
Oh, there is. This is my favorite part about it, which I don't ever get to talk about and which will never sell tickets. But the way synapses fire in your brain is slightly rhythmic when you're under a more intense situation that's beating much, much faster. You're thinking faster. That's where adrenaline comes in. When you're in a much calmer situation, your synapses are firing less. And for some reason, the eyes have a slight control over that speed as well. And so right now, your brain is connecting to the RPM of the Dream Machine itself, telling your brain to think a little bit slower, to be relaxed, and just enjoy what's going on right now. So there you go. It's like a synchronization of synapses, if that makes any sense.
It makes a lot of sense. That's smart.
Oh, it's not my trick. I didn't invent it.
Who did?
Probably some pre-war beatniks.
So where'd you find it then?
Pre-war drug den, chem den.
Ah,
It's definitely had an association with chem types, and there is a place for chem use, especially with altering the mind. But it's definitely backed in at least a little bit of basic neuroscience. It's not mind control, but it's still, at the very least, an interesting tool.
so then you receive money from people to, what, sit here and just relax?
Oh no, I read minds. That would be this. And he gestures to a glove on his right hand with wiring going into his sleeves. Where they end up, you don't know.
He is a robot.
I hope so.
I mean, it's a possibility in Fallout, but anyways.
Mine now. It's free real estate.
Okay, so how does that read minds?
Okay. Well, this one I can't explain as easily as the Dream Machine without way too much lingo. And, well, maybe you could take it. How much neuroscience have you done in your life?
I've got a passing familiarity, not much more.
Okay. Well, I probably can't get into too much detail then. But essentially, this is an artificial synapse, I guess. Well, synapses. That attempt to connect to synapses through the barrier of one's skull. So essentially, I put my hands on someone who's in that already comfortable, relaxed state and receive just hints from the synapses. It's not true mind reading, but I can pick up a lot on emotions, and when I'm actually speaking alongside of it, it can lead to a lot of interesting results. You know, I can ask someone a question, and if I feel that they're responding with tension, I know that there's something valuable, something maybe secret that they hold, and I can keep asking prodding questions on it. Maybe drop some juicy secret that makes everyone go, oh, that sort of thing.
So it's about half technology and half just knowing how to work a crowd.
Yes, I like to say most of it's technology, and ideally I would do all technology. But that's my show. But that's parlor tricks. That's not what I want to do.
I take it that has to do with the artificial intelligence.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Come on, follow me. And he's going to lead you into the room behind this theater, which seems to be an old banquet hall that has been converted completely to his use. You would see in this room are 16 egg-shaped chairs, is the best way I could put them, with a sort of plastic bubble going over the top, but not completely sealing them off. You would see that they are red cushion seats, like in the heart of the egg thing, and would see a TV screen kind of positioned in front of the person's eyes. Roll another perception check, please. Perception plus survival.
2. These guys are treating me real well today.
2.
mine.
Yeah, you would see that one of these is occupied. At the very far left corner is an old man sitting in one, and you can see a tube going into his mouth.
Is this the part where you reveal you're a mad scientist?
I assure you, I'm not mad. Although that's probably what every single mad scientist ever says.
So, what's that then?
Oh, are you pointing at the occupied
Guy
one?
with the tube in his mouth, man.
Come to my back room.
Where you heard?
So this is my back room. There's nothing
I
weird.
need
Why
more
do you have
subjects
that?
for the dream machine.
It's like the llama thing with like the stone. It's like, what do you have there? A smoothie.
Yeah.
Some chairs.
There's your meme for the night.
So this man looks like he's in probably his 70s or 80s. Very, very old. He would say, that's Vance. He's a friend of mine. He asked for this. And most people do.
What is this exactly?
Well, this right here slaps the roof of one.
This puppy can fit so many weird old guys with tubes in their mouths.
That's their express purpose.
This is a virtual strategic solutions Visiontron.
That's a lot of words that don't mean a lot to me yet.
That's a lot of
It's a
words. You better
virtual
know what
reality
I'm
simulator. You would see all these are connected to a single hub at a server at the center of the room that's probably about the size of a car. It's a big computer. So it's well, really, it's whatever you want it to be. Have you ever done virtual reality before?
I've none of the experience, no.
Would you be interested?
I think I'd like to hear a little bit more about how it works first.
All right.
That's
well,
not the most encouraging sight.
She's like, I'm not having you put a tube in my mouth for this.
you don't need the tube in the mouth. Oh, sorry, you're not saying that.
No, wait.
The ghost of
wait.
Margie. Cuckoo.
No, but that implies the dude's like, can I get the virtual reality experience? Can you also just put a tube in my mouth? I think that would be a pleasant addition.
Okay. Let's.
Ew.
All right. So, what do you want to know?
I want to know how it works, and why you're doing it, and why he's hooked up like that.
Well, for the simulation to work, there needs to be some connection to the mind itself. Right now, if you want to go into deep simulation, you will need, and I'm not proposing this tonight, this is only for if you're interested in a more serious dive, but you do need some direct connection to the brain in order to do that. But I can do a more basic short-term simulation with just a headset. As for the tube, that's a feeding tube. Vance is dying. And his last wish was to die with his family and friends around him.
Oh,
And so that's what he's getting.
well, I'm sorry for the mad scientist jab then. Kind.
That's okay.
So how would it work if I was to try it then?
Well, you'd put the headset on. I'd turn it on. And your senses would be completely adapted to the virtual simulation. There would be a fail-safe, though, so it's no sort of, if you die in the simulation, you die in real life nonsense.
Good to hear.
I'm not with Vault Tech. But, yeah, if you just say stop 3 times, you're out of the simulation. That's it.
And while I'm in there, is there any way for me to tell what's happening on the outside?
No. Your senses are completely adapted to the simulation. I will say another way that these do work, and this is where my own programming comes in. But with these tranquility loungers, I've heard some people call them. I just prefer to call them simulations. if you're doing a deep dive, your own memories can be accessed and relived, and that's the machine learning that I wanted to do.
Ah, so that's what the AI is for. It's for pulling memories and
Pulling memories and then writing new ones. It's not comprehensive. I have to do a lot of work with it, which is why I was hoping to find an adaptive learning model. But you can relive memories all you want. But there's still going to be that faint doubt in your mind that this isn't real, I've lived it before. But if an AI can examine your memories and determine, say if you had a dead relative, how they would act in the present, then it can create that interactive future for you. So you can live the life that you want.
by ignoring the reality.
Have you seen this reality? Listen,
Touché.
we lost any sort of objective meaning when the bombs dropped. If we're going to create our own meaning, we might as well create the most interesting one.
If I try it, what guarantee do I have that you don't try to rob me or set me up with Bellamy, or what guarantee do I have of my own safety?
Well, let me explain my intentions, and that might give you a little bit more information, I guess. My ideal world would be everyone who wants to in these forever, creating worlds at their fingertips, determining what they want in life, setting that themselves. But right now I only have one. And trust me, people love this and they want this. So I'm not trying to maliciously put people into these simulations and hook them up forever.
I mean, you've explained that.
Right. Does your Pip-Boy have a radio on it?
Yes.
Well, maybe one of your friends could call you if something goes wrong or anything like that.
They're already going to come storming the castle if I'm here longer than a half hour.
Good. There you go. Give me 20 minutes. I'll show you the world. Is that enough guarantee?
Deal.
All right. Let me get you strapped in. And he would set you into a tranquility lounger and put a headset on your head. Are you resisting in any way?
No.
Okay. Boop. He would turn it on, and the TV screen in front of your eyes would turn on first with a "please stand by" screen. And then, almost in a wave of just new perceptions, your vision would be overwhelmed. And then your smell, ironically first, as you would smell the unique scent of salt. Then your ears would go and you would hear crashing of waves. And your eyes, you would see a beach before you. Directly in front of your eyes, you would see what looks to be a castle on a peninsula, almost an island. It's pretty massive. Looks vaguely medieval. Intelligence check.
I'm good at those.
What's your... How good at history would...
She
Jules
is a
be?
classicist. She loves history.
Medieval history?
I think any history that's mainstream enough that the Enclave would have had books on it.
All right, okay. Yep, what'd you get?
That depends on what the focus would have been.
Any hidden personal skill I'll allow is tag. So you may set your number 1 to 6. And
We'll
tag
call it
it.
a 4, maybe.
4? Okay.
So that is 2 successes.
2. Well, you definitely know it's medieval. Beach means it's a coastal country. This is probably somewhere in France.
So I'm going to play with the simulation a little bit. I'm going to wave my fingers.
Yeah, it's seamless. It feels like wind going through your fingertips.
Going to scoop up a handful of sand, watch it fall.
Yep, it's perfect.
Can you hear me, Appensive?
Yeah, and you hear a voice behind you as Avranciv himself is standing right there.
It works in tandem.
It does. You can connect experiences if you so desire. I mean, this was built originally as a military training program first and foremost.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. It was built to give soldiers training. I believe some more experienced soldiers relived the Alaskan campaign thousands of times in a program like this. I mean, of choice. That kind of sounds like hell to me.
I like the beach better.
Yeah. Yep. None of us are ever going to go to France. Ever. And I'm just glad some pre-war military programmer decided to program this place.
What else do you have in here?
I'll be honest, this is my favorite location. A lot of Alaska is included. Some simulations of what China might be like. I'll be honest, that's another reason why I'm looking for an adaptive AI, is I want something that can build new settings, rather than just what has been built already. But this is my favorite, and probably my favorite thing is being able to change it. And you would see as night kind of takes over rapidly as the sun just sets immediately. And you would see an aurora appear above the castle. Now this is what I love. You're not going to see an aurora above Mont Saint Michel ever.
That's what this is.
That's right.
Can I change things just by wishing?
Let
I'm gonna try and
me
like.
give you admin privileges.
Nice.
Actually, unfortunately, no. You need to have an implant to do that.
That's that deeper conditioning you were talking about.
Correct.
The direct connection.
Yes. Sorry to retcon him totally saying the admin privileges.
You're fine. You're fine. Is Pip in here?
Good question. Your Pip-Boy is, but you don't see a face on the Pip-Boy.
I'm gonna like tap the hollow disc area and see if he's in there.
Your Pip-Boy would turn on, but it does not look like Pip is in it. It's just behaving like a normal Pip-Boy.
All right. Interesting. So,
Meanwhile, outside, Jules.
this is trouble. I need to go find Tabs. So, you've got all 5 senses in here. I can feel the sand. I can smell the salt. I can.
Taste is in here too, believe it or not. Unfortunately,
I'll lick a handful of sand. Not really.
Unfortunately, the programmers didn't, we can't go to the castle and try some French wine.
So, how far does it go? And I'm going to start walking, maybe towards the water.
Yeah, the water is perfectly simulated.
Hand
So
out in front of me in case I hit a wall.
There are no walls. The ocean has been seemingly, actually, programmed,
Rendered?
I guess. Rendered. That's it.
So if I reach down, I can feel the water.
Yeah. Want to take a swim?
Honestly, why not? Are there wolves here? Am I going to run into something?
Believe it or not, no. We can go to the castle technically, but the rooms aren't actually rendered. So, I don't know. I hate that they've turned this into this, but I believe this location was chosen because it would be an interesting strategic option. He would just point at the castle, and you would see just a variety of missile launchers and machine gun nests placed on it. It was a War Games thing. And he waves his hand, and all those guns go away.
Yeah,
So we
I think
can
I
go
prefer it that way,
there.
too.
We just can't see any of the beauty that's actually in there, except for out here.
I am going to jump in the water, man.
Okay, yeah, it is really, really cold.
Yeah, oh, right, this was a bad idea. Bad idea.
No, you get used to it. It's fine. Wait, what am I doing? It's warmer. Sorry, that's the baseline, because it's striving for accuracy.
Oh, all right, so do you have an implant then, if you're able to change things?
Yes.
Did that hurt?
No. Yeah, Jeeves did it. My Mr. Handy. He makes sure everything is run well, if I'm ever in. He's watching us right now, don't worry.
All right.
In a non-creepy way, I'd hope.
Well, I mean, I tend to trust robots more than people most of the time.
Same here.
I want to see what it looks like at the edge. Can we go up to the castle?
Why not? Let's go. All right, and we're going to take a little break from that to go to Radamanthus conversation.
Yes.
So Jerry's gonna go to the bowling alley and sit down at the bar and wait.
Okay. So as you go to the bar, the bartender looks to be a younger guy, probably in his like 20s, I guess. Would just walk up with a rag in hand. Can I get you a drink?
Do they charge for water here?
Wait, is Jerry asking that?
No, is there a sign or something that says,
Tap or
Doesn't
mineral
look
water?
like there's a charge for water.
Sparkling or
just give me a
flat?
water?
Sure thing. Water is presented.
This is a lot, actually. It's like, how much radiation are you okay with?
He's
this
just
water?
gonna sip on the water while he waits.
Okay. 10:30 arrives. Radamanthus does not.
He's gonna give him another 15 minutes.
Okay. 5 minutes pass. Nothing. 10 minutes pass. No one. At this point, the bartender asks, "So, are you just here to drink water?"
Well, it's starting to look that way.
All right. "13 minutes pass. And you hear footsteps and the squeak of the door opening as Pete comes in. "Jerry, I'm so sorry. We got caught up in a rather spirited discussion about, well, that doesn't matter now. How are you? It's good to see you under less tense circumstances."
Mm-hmm.
He's going to take a seat. "Gin, please."
Well, I hope my presence wasn't too inconvenient.
"Jerry, I was meeting with the mob. It was good to see you, and it was good to see you alive. But you understand why I couldn't just drop everything and just have a family reunion, right?"
No, you had to drop everything and... Never mind. Look, I know you're busy, but... Look, with as large a group as you have, surely you can spare a little bit of time and a little bit of effort just to...
Like a group. Who told you that?
People.
All right.
Look, all I want is just for you to find something to help me. And then I'll be out of your hair forever.
Pete. Wait, sorry, that's him. Jerry. I am Pete.
Pulls out near Pete.
Oh, Pete. Sorry,
Ooh,
Jerry.
looking
were
good,
you
Pete.
talking?
Ah, Jerry. Yeah.
Jerry. And he's going to put a hand on your shoulder. "I'm going to do anything it takes to cure you."
I'm gonna roll insight on that.
Okay.
That's good.
4 successes.
It's more than him. You can tell he's saying what you want to hear. And you can tell he doesn't want you dead. He does want to actually help you, but that seems like a bit of an overpromise for him, given that he hasn't prioritized you at any point in this entire night. He's not willing to do anything to heal you. But he might do something.
And what do you suggest that we do to help me?
Well, I need to know first what exactly is going on. Is it just...
The condition has progressed more rapidly than we thought.
Do you think it was because of C24 usage, or it's just the same condition?
I haven't used it in probably a good 9.5 years.
But do you think that that taking it almost a decade ago accelerated this degradation?
Well, I wouldn't know. I didn't really have the equipment to, or anything to just keep track and do any studies.
All right. We can take a look at you. But well, I don't have the equipment with me right now to do such an examination. Where are you going? Perhaps I can meet you along the way with the proper equipment to perform an actual examination.
Not sure right now. Nearest I can think is Indianapolis area, at least for the next few days.
Okay. All right. Well, let me do just a field exam first. He's going to take out a stethoscope, which he has on him, on his person.
Yay.
Yeah.
He's a better doctor than you.
Hennig is also here.
Yep. He's going to listen to your breathing, both on the chest and from the back as well. He's going to feel your muscles. I don't think he'd have a pair of calipers to actually do the caliper thing. I'm not a doctor.
What?
Measure?
Oh, yeah, that sciencey word. That's it. I'm trying to think of what else he would include in an examination. Well, he'd probably ask for, like, what's your body weight?
Does he do the knee thing?
I don't think that would be important with this.
Oh, so it has
condition.
nothing to do with his reflexes.
Right. The main concern is probably atrophy, right?
Mm-hmm.
What kinds of negative symptoms does Jerry have? Is there any breathing problems?
It's mainly he's aged like 30 years in the last 10.
Yeah.
And he's also has severe like atrophy in all of his major muscular systems.
Right. Did you have the cane when he last saw you?
Mm-hmm.
Jerry, why are you using that cane? You know that's not the type of weapon for you. And it was a cane sword back then too, right? Okay.
Well, he didn't use the cane back when he knew him. The cane is something he's had in the last like 5 years.
Okay, sorry about that. He wouldn't have said that then if it was a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Do you have any increased metabolism, increased appetite, anything like that?
No.
Would you like to assist him on a diagnosis?
Yeah. Nope.
No.
Oh,
Are
buddy.
you wearing...
I am wearing my...
Oh, you're
luck
wearing the
point.
man of the hour! No!
No, I'm not. You're right. Oh. I'll use a luck point since I just got all of them back.
He's re-rolling one because he is wearing a version of the lab coat.
Okay. I
Oh,
got
that's worse.
2.
That's just one after he re-rolled a success. Womp womp.
I
wanted to go for a crit.
Oh, yeah.
I got a crit.
Okay, wow. All right, so that's 3 total successes. Not enough to crack this, unfortunately. Difficulty was 4, but that's why he asked for your assistance. It's a bit too late. All right, I'm gonna need to take another stab at this with better equipment. I can't tell you anything that you don't already know. I'd be interested to see what happened if you took C-24 right now.
I don't want to take that again.
It might give me more information on what's going on.
I don't even have any more on me anymore. I got rid of all of it. It hurt too much.
Pain is the price we pay for progress. He would take out a syringe. Are you ready for this?
Is this the same stuff that we used before?
No, it's much more potent.
This is Bad News Bears.
Quick check-in. Is this something that is pushing the envelope? Should we be?
It feels medically and kind of, but also like a little like science fiction-y. So like
It makes us
Yeah.
feel like he's sus, but I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that's what you're
the
going
goal.
for.
Yeah. I just
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to make sure no one was too uncomfortable with this, and I'm not going to describe
I
it.
I
mean,
in
imagine the
shots,
bartender
but, like-
is.
The bartender's like, can you take this like slightly further? I know we do chems here, not at the bar though. Can you move to a booth or something? Also, you haven't ordered. I'm not dealing with this if you're not gonna get more than water, sir.
At least order a lemonade.
Yeah. Like I could make a Shirley Temple. I can do that. Like
Let me get you a mineral water.
How would this help?
Well, it would help me determine if this condition is essentially your body reacting to not having C24. This is me examining whether this is C24 addiction.
Anything I should know about this variant?
Oh, it's better. We've done a lot on it, and I'm proud of it. We've done good work on it. Jerry!
Jerry.
Yeah, you just...
What are you doing? Oh
You
no.
injected immediately.
You put it in the right spot.
Nope. The thing
Jerry,
is, he
actually,
doesn't
we-
have an equivalent right spot.
Because like, what if it's like heroin where you gotta like do it in your elbow? You know?
he's like, actually, we changed it. Oh,
Oh, they change unless they
A
change
man
it.
of
that's not how you're
science.
supposed to. But
Yeah.
okay, it'll probably still work.
Please roll an endurance plus survival check.
I wish you
He
had my heavy
fails.
coat.
Wish we had
Flat
Jerry.
out.
Those things.
Uh-oh.
More-
Well,
Don't get a
it's like
complication.
one success.
It's like
One.
that Lady Gaga thing.
I got a 4 and
Uh-oh.
a 6.
Roll,
Oh no.
roll a damage effect die, please.
Oh my gosh.
I got
This is
oh,
not
you want
for
an
damage.
actual- Oh,
That's an effect.
Oh my gosh.
That is an effect.
oh no.
Boy, I am stressed.
You're gonna get
I will
addicted.
keep that in mind. We will talk about that
immediately.
more.
Is he addicted?
See, that's the question. We'll talk about that more later.
Oh no.
I'm concerned.
Did drugs once, immediately got addicted. Well, technically not once. Once in 10 years. Well, that stuff is good.
I'm
guess
sorry,
I'm
I don't
addicted
have
now.
the. Oh wait, no. Yes, I do. They're on the document. The document.
You get a +6 to all your stats for 5 minutes.
And then you die.
Swole Jerry.
He's gonna like walk in and he's gonna be buff, and we're gonna be like, no.
He's gonna be buff. He's
You
gonna
go
be
back
smarter.
outside until you're skinny again.
Everyone's
I
gonna
can't
think
handle
he's
this.
just nicer than he used to be.
It's really just the buff. He's not nicer, but people are like, you're buff. I'll allow
the
some
pre-privilege.
stuff. Yeah, it is.
Buff privilege.
Are you a better person?
Yeah.
No, it's pretty privilege.
For the rest of the scene, you may reduce the difficulty of any check except for luck-based ones by 2.
Ugh.
You
Yikes.
feel pain immediately. It is more excruciating than the last time you took it.
So you'd see like his neck muscles and veins all like blow up, kind of,
People
and
do the neck vein.
and all the veins in his head would probably start turning a little bit red, and he would fall on the floor and just kind of.
Jerry's looking at you.
Eat.
Jerry.
Pete, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I'm
He sees
confusing
himself.
them.
Jerry.
About to become a
Sorry.
reverend mother.
I know.
Pete is
He's gonna be making
looking
do
at you
references for
with
the next month.
peculiarity. You know, this is a test. This is what this is. This isn't, his
taking
brother
notes.
convulsing in pain. He is taking notes. He is actually taking notes.
He's like,
Interesting.
Abnormal.
Yeah,
What else is
he is. Abnormal. What's new?
Does this tell you what you want to know?
Yes. Well, it takes a minute to kick in. What's it feeling like? Describe it. Actually, don't.
He describes it in very
Okay.
very colorful language.
Yeah. When he says it took a minute to kick in, that was an idiom. It actually The pain subsides. And you find your muscles bigger. Temporarily.
He got the Captain America thing.
Wait, did you guess Swole?
Not
You
swole,
find-
not swole.
Are you hot now?
He's handsome Squidward.
No, he's kind of normal now.
Marty's like,
She's like,
Handsome Squidward.
I don't know what to
Yeah.
do with this new thing.
You would feel like there's just a lot more capability in your entire person. And that would include areas of the mind as well, which was negatively affected in the last time that you took C24. You find yourself sound of mind, ready for whatever you might have to deal with.
Worked out the kinks, I see.
That's right. Isn't it amazing?
Just tell me what you needed to find out.
Well, I'm just going to do the same thing all over again. Not inject you with another.
All
He's going to take your vitals, measure breathing, body weight, anything like that. Body weight, I don't think could possibly fluctuate. There's no way.
He's swole
Creation of mass.
now.
Yeah. Conservation of mass. All right. This should be plenty to look into. Well, Jerry, I'm sorry. I have another meeting I need to go to. It's almost 11 o'clock, so it must be a pretty late darn meeting. But listen, we can make progress on this. I have a lot of valuable information here. If you ever need to reach me, contact this radio frequency. Don't say my name. But say, I don't know. I've escaped the labyrinth or something like that. I haven't. That's Minos' territory, not mine. I don't know the code words. But does that work?
Fine.
All right.
Why
Well-
didn't you meet me in Lansing?
Jerry.
Well, I waited there 10 years for you.
Well, I thought you died, and truth be told, I was angry at the time. And by the time the anger wore off, I met Minos and Sarpedon. And we got to work, and there was so much progress, and just the light of intuition shone upon us. It was wonderful, and I got caught up by the work.
And the work and the light of intuition led you to the mob.
The mob is not where I want to be, but we need a bigger team. We need someone who's experienced with implants. More of the human body than just the chemistry. And so we were putting in a word with the mob to see if they have any contact like that.
And what would you want with a meteorologist?
What?
With Cortland?
That buffoon? He's a meteorologist? What?
So I've heard.
That man couldn't study basic science. He probably doesn't even know what a periodic table is.
No.
He goes. See
We've been going around looking for the sharpest minds of the Midwest.
Just not mine.
What do you have to show for it, Jerry? 10 years. What have you done? What were you doing these 10 years again in Lansing?
I was a doctor.
Doctor. Doctor doing what?
A little bit of everything. Traversing the ruins of Lansing, Detroit.
Traversing. That
Saving
doesn't sound like a
people.
doctor.
I went
Sounds
out
like
to
a
find
hiker.
people. I went out to find people and save them when no one else would.
You keep healing people like that. And you're not actually fixing anything. There's still going to be plenty of wounded people. There will always be sick people. You're wasting your time. Now, you play vet. I'm doing actual science. if you want to be a part of this, then you're going to need to do actual science. Have you worked on any project since then? Or are you just...
Not gonna mention the tongue.
Now it's not the time.
Oh, my buddy
I've
has
been
the
giving
same-
tongue to. Never mind.
Meanwhile, a napkin nearby has blueprints for Pip Tongue. Nothing.
Put
I
that in my
haven't been
pocket.
working on anything. He wants to
nothing.
have a tea party.
This and that.
This is a small project, inconsequential. Not my main thing recently. Sorry.
You know, Pete, I don't know if you're really here to help me. You're using me again. Like, what was the last thing you said to me? You said I was your lab rat. And now you're here.
That was to save you from the rest of the vault. They were going to kill you.
You know, you're a lot like Mom and Dad. Dad was a dick, but I know Mom was a bit gentle, but I think the only part you got was the fear. You're a dick like Dad, and you're too afraid to get rid of me when you should have.
Jerry, you're my brother, and I'm going to do my part to save you. But I have a meeting.
Words that
Good night.
fell flat.
And he's gonna walk out of the
He really
bowling
said,
alley.
yeah, but I'm like too busy though.
Oh. Yikes.
The bartender's just gonna walk. Oh, sorry. Are you saying anything as Pete leaves?
Behind Pete's back, he's just gonna give him the bird.
The bartender's
He
like,
leaves. Yeah, the bartender's just like,
dang, bro, you need therapy.
family's rough, isn't it?
Tell me about it. He's gonna finish his water and leave.
Do you want an actual drink?
I'm out of money.
All right.
And on hard drugs.
I
Let's
will
not
say,
mix them.
you have a rather rapid urge to use the restroom right now.
He's gonna go use the restroom.
C24 is a diuretic.
There you go. It's done.
And then he's gonna go back to the hotel room probably after everyone's in bed and just
Okay.
go sleep.
All right.
Funniest
We're gonna
son of
resume right now with. I'm sorry, I keep asking us to push the time back, but would you guys be
That's all
okay
right.
with
Yeah.
a little bit later?
I-
All right. Okay.
You're like in
Frankie.
method acting mode.
So you have been summoned by Lady Armitage.
I have indeed. Frankie would drop off the saxophone first.
Okay.
He'd probably
Tuck
just
it in, pat it on the bell, and just sweet
puts
dreams.
the cover over it and gives it a kiss goodnight.
Yeah. Bedtime story.
Plays
a lot.
trumpet to it as a soothing melody.
It's like 2 people per bed because we've got 3 beds, and so like someone comes back and finds
Yeah, wait,
like
what are the sleeping
It'd
arrangements?
be
a saxophone.
That's a later
It
question.
would
not a- there
probably
was only
be
one bed.
Jerry and Frankie.
No, it's not that there was only one bed trope.
No, it's there were only 3
All
beds, trope.
6 people. Just,
And one of them's for the saxophone.
Frankie can
Who's
sleep
your
on the
third
floor.
then? You, Frank, you, Jerry, and who else?
No, the saxophone by itself.
Yes.
In one bed.
Yeah,
And Cole
but then
on
there's
the other.
2 beds, so we have 6 people.
So they're both together.
Yeah.
We're all together.
and we're-
Oh,
Yeah, it's guys
No.
and gals. You got 4 to a bed.
Yeah.
At that point, I
I'm
would
gonna
take the
snuggle-
saxophone.
So does that
I'm
mean
gonna
that Frankie
snuggle up to that saxophone, man.
All right,
Frankie
everyone.
would,
And there
Frankie
was
would
one
head
bed.
to Frankie would leave his blue suit on and he would head
Still
to
right.
Armitage's room.
Okay. All right. Your blue suit.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. The guards would usher you in, and you would see Armitage just chilling at a bar that is in her suite. Surprise, surprise! She is drinking a Sunset Sarsaparilla.
She's gonna be awake for like weeks.
She's also gonna run out of Sunset Sarsaparilla in like 3 hours.
I think,
Hey, you told her the source.
I think sarsaparilla does most of the time not have caffeine. I don't know about sunset sarsaparilla, but it's probably.
I like this is actually a stat in the game. It has a small amount of caffeine, but not as much as Nuka-Cola. Survival
Makes sense.
mode. It's
Makes
funny.
sense.
It's just like it reduces your sleep counter by like. All right. Well. If it isn't Barnes, I'm glad you agreed to come on up here.
Yeah, well, it's quite convenient you called. Actually, I was meaning to talk to you about that in particular.
Oh, please tell me all the juicy details about this. I can't believe you mimicked your brother. That you were spot on. I couldn't tell the difference.
Oh well, Al could.
Yeah, nothing really gets past him. That's kind of his thing.
Yeah. I don't think Polignani knew, though.
So were you trying to pull something on Polignani?
No. A brother of a friend was meeting with Polignani, and I promised him he would see his brother. And I needed to not be myself to get in there.
Meeting with Polignani? Wait, that means you know someone that's related to Radamanthus. That's the only person Polignani was here to meet.
Well, yes. Well, what about it?
Oh, no, it's just nothing. Just a little feather in my cap of information.
Yes. You and your father both liked your tea.
No, I drink... No, I'm not cracking that joke. Nope. Put that joke and suppress it and forget about it. Okay. Sorry. I was just going to make a soda joke about like, oh, I don't drink tea. I drink soda. No. All right. It's just what keeps us... It gives us an edge. That's it.
Yeah, I know. And, well, I think I might be seeing my brother a little sooner than I wanted to.
Is he coming here?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. My group and I think we'll be leaving here pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. With Courtland. It's so sad.
He seemed agreeable. I wasn't there for that conversation, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you can find someone good to replace him.
Not as good. But it's his desire, and I'm not going to stop him.
Well, you can send out messages, right?
Oh, yes.
Radio?
Oh, yeah. And courier services, if that's what you're looking for.
I think radio will work. I think this picks up radio. If he comes here, would you let me know?
Sure. Do you want me to direct him to you? Or keep him away from you? I'll be honest, even I couldn't just tell the mob a lie. But I can obviously stall.
To be perfectly honest, I don't even know where we're going to end up in the long run. But if he comes here, chances are he's not going to be too far behind us. And that's all I really need to know.
All right. This is terribly interesting. Man, what is going on with your whole troop? This is just... it's just all so juicy. You're all doing just amazing things.
Well, I appreciate that, Armitage. I really do. Interesting is putting it lightly. But, if Barnes stops here, could you give him a message from me?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't have a way to get a message back here, unfortunately.
She takes out a pen and paper.
Just, hey, Barnes, I know it's been a long time. I'm sorry. I guess you can date this, but if you happen to be here in the next couple of days, I think we'll be going to Indianapolis. I want to see you again. Oh, it's not that sappy.
No, I just think it's sweet. That's it.
Yeah, I'm sure Barnes will appreciate it.
All right, I got it. And don't worry, I'm just gonna give him this.
I appreciate it.
Oh, wait, he might not believe it. Can you sign it? This is not me getting your autograph. Although, with that performance, I might as well be.
Well, if he doesn't tear it up, you can keep it, I guess. And Frankie will sign it.
Frame it.
It's a really weird signature because it's an apology letter, but Frankie signed it.
Look, I have his autograph. That is an apology letter to his brother. He signed it.
I just cut off the bit where he signed.
All right.
The rest
well,
was too emotional.
I'll definitely relay the message if he pops by. I also heard you did the Protons a favor tonight.
Yeah, it seemed like one of the trumpet players was doing psychotats or something. Not that that's a
Yeah.
problem here, but they have
Yeah.
a problem with it, so.
Well, have you ever heard someone play while on Psychotats? Or Psycho in general?
It's one heck of a way to improvise, but I don't think that's what they were after.
I once heard someone on Psycho, or Psychojet, or a couple mixed chems. And the problem with it is it's not like you're taking Mentats and then you can just, improvise a little bit better. No, you just get angry. And not every song, especially jazz, needs angry. So can you just imagine, like, someone getting ready for a smooth saxophone solo and then just going, "Deh, deh, deh." Oh, it's horrifying. Not good. They made a right decision.
Wasn't there a type of music for that, like screamy or super heavy metal or something? I don't know.
Ugh. I hope that never comes, if that is an actual musical genre.
No, it sounded like TV static. It's not real art.
Right, exactly. Well, anyways, I will get this message, and I also, because I'm just so interested in what you and your little team has to offer, I think I want to get in your all's good graces. So, tomorrow, it's definitely too late right now, you all can stop by Quiet Bert or the Second Chance. You can get a free armor upgrade or weapon upgrade, anything like that, on me. She's going to hand you a courtesy card, which just says, "Give these peeps one thing, and one thing only. Lady Armitage."
You really want that chocolate, don't you?
I would love that location. But right now, I'm just here for keeping things stirring and keeping things interesting here in the Midwest.
Interesting.
That's what I'm going for. Especially to keep the mob on their toes a little bit. Not to just explicitly go against them, but come on, because everybody need to dress the same way. Come on, get it. Ugh.
I think your dad used to let them walk over him a little bit. I think someone needs to put him in their place.
I just think that they need a little bit of a challenge. That's it.
And how are you going to challenge Mr.
Oh,
Bowman?
no, I'm not challenging anyone. I'm just watching. Just a spectator.
Right.
I'm not letting anyone walk over me, and they know the rules. They probably would have killed you if they didn't.
They were respectful.
So I'm just here to watch the fights, I guess. But enjoy the upgrades.
I'm
And
sure
if you've got more chocolate, then I owe you more than just this.
not on me, unfortunately. But I will consider this for the future.
Of course. I hope you guys come back to Xanadu. This has been so much fun while you've been here.
I hope we can come back soon. I do mean that. This is a nice place you have going. It really is.
Now that's what I like to hear. All right. Well, you go back to 212 or wherever you guys are in and enjoy it, I guess.
Thank you, Armitage.
Yes, yes.
Or would you prefer a different title? Is it Monarch Armitage? Lady Armitage?
Lady and Queen both work. Your choice.
Very well. Have a good night, Lady Armitage.
And you too. Oh, wait. What's your actual name? I totally missed that.
Marion.
Okay. Well, have a good night, Marion. Yeah. Have a good night, Marion. Sorry, that's not the name I would have expected.
Stage name is Frankie. You might have heard that around the bar.
Well, then have a good night, Mary and Frankie Franklin.
And Frankie is going to walk out of there.
All right. And I imagine...
Mildly faster than he entered.
Yep. Okay. And I take it you're going back to the room, which is where everybody else is. Oh, no. Yes.
Very quick.
Back
I'm
to
also not.
Very
France.
quick. Very quick.
I also would have
Have
to
you
After
been
I
gone
got
for more
the
than
chance
half
to,
an
like-
hour? Because Tabs is like,
She would ask on the way up to the castle. It hasn't been like 30 minutes yet, has it?
No, don't worry. Time doesn't pass slower or faster in this. It's just normal time.
Well, and after they would have seen like the edge of the simulation, she would have wanted to like run some tests there. She would say, "Can you pull us out?"
Sure, why not? As a show of good faith, why don't you just exit yourself in the way that I told you?
Stop, stop, stop.
Your vision swaps immediately to the chair that you're sitting in. You would see Avransif to your right just disconnect something from...
His head?
No. Well, I mean, there's cables connected. There's a port in his head.
Yeah.
And you would see him clip something back into it.
His hair. Oh no.
He has a little hair plug.
got
It's
a
like a
little-
weird little toupee.
got a little, like,
Here's the question: does this bring him down to a 7?
Yeah.
7.5.
7.5. Okay.
Now, if you wouldn't mind, I'd actually love to try something.
Oh, yeah?
Pip, you think you can get on that central console there?
Sure, that seems like a challenge. Oh, wait, is that your... Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to the central console and kind of take a look at it.
Yeah, there's a terminal, and you would just see Pip's face appear on it. Whoa, wait, hold on. He's not going to do anything malicious, right?
No, only when I tell him to.
Okay.
I want to see if he can do what you've asked, if he can build something from scratch.
You see a tear appear on the screen. Wow. Mr. Avransif, does that guy in the corner have any family left? And Avransif just... No. I think it's part of the reason why he really wanted this. He's dead, sir. What? And Avransif would go to that station and check the man's pulse. He was a good friend.
Pip, you should come back. Now's not a good time.
No, this is a good time. This is why I do what I do. It's not a happy thing, but... Pip, you saw what he was experiencing last, right? Yeah. Yeah, he was with family. It coded family. Huh.
Just
Well.
watching Pip's face.
Yeah, Pip is processing in a human form and a AI form as well. Well,
You
I do
probably
think
have a
I
lot
need-
to deal with.
Yes.
I'm sorry this is going to get cut short. We're not staying much longer, but
That's okay.
thanks for the show.
Yeah. Pip, you said your name was? Yeah, that's me. Well, if you'd be interested, I'd certainly be interested to hear any thoughts you have on adapting this code further. Obviously, there's probably not time now, but if you all are leaving, I'd certainly love to have you back. There's tragedy tonight, but I like to think that we created something good.
I mean, if you gave him peace, I don't think anyone could argue with that.
I was talking about the night with you, Julian.
pretty great too.
Well.
Haven't seen France before.
What's that?
Haven't seen France before. I've only read about it in books.
Well, now you have. But it was good meeting you. And
Good meeting you too. You have a first name.
just call me Nico.
Jules.
Jules.
If we come back, we'll try plugging Pip in sometime and see what it does, but
Yeah, I'd love that.
I appreciate the show.
Maybe next time we can go into the castle and eat some fresh baguette and drink some wine.
I was thinking Greece, personally.
Interesting choice. I have no idea what it looks like, so we'll
I
have
think
to see.
Pip has some records.
Oh, really? All right. It's a date?
Sure.
All
If we
right.
come back to Xanadu, I will say I'm not around here, but
Maybe
you never
should.
know.
I think you'd be a good fit here. Well,
Well, I appreciate that. I'd probably better get back to the rest of my group.
yeah, of course, I've got a meeting anyways.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too, Jules. Have a good night.
I'm gonna go find the rest of the group.
All right. As you were leaving the theater, you see 3 people in odd-looking clothes. Looks like gray sort of, uniform, I guess, how to describe it. Oh, sorry, miss. And they're gonna go in.
Are they in like lab coats?
I wanted to distinguish their... I don't want them looking like a pharmacist convention just walking around.
Well, my interest is would I recognize them as Gnosis?
You haven't received a description of them, have you?
I think
little
we
bit.
have collectively.
Collectively?
Yeah.
Well, I think Pix did, and then she shared it with a lot of us
All right.
back in Columbus.
Yeah. It matches. It definitely matches the description that Cortland gave of like 3 people and visiting.
Radamanthus, I take it.
And who might I be speaking with?
Julian Ortega. I'm a friend of your brother's.
You see Minos, one of the people with him, scowl immediately. Ah, yes, Jerry. We just had a drink together.
You've had the chance to speak then.
We just spoke, as a matter of fact.
Are you going to be able to help him?
Hmm?
Are you going to be able to help him?
I'm going to try my best.
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, do you want me to?
If you want to. Sometimes I like just clickety-clacketing.
Sure. You know what?
Clickety-clack.
Sure. I'll roll an insight check on that.
Chloe and Jacob, I do
Oh,
want to
that's terrible.
apologize that we've kind of kept the party a little bit separate
It's okay.
tonight and done a lot of
Nothing.
Alright.
individual missions. You guys are coming together at the end of this and hopefully staying together too. I think this will.
there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can't believe it was
Hey,
just
Margie
almost
got
solo
to have a little
scenes.
spotlight. I feel like Margie's been.
Oh yeah, that's right.
know.
Yeah,
So-
I was glad to have that too.
Got
So-
one last little trip to make,
Yes.
which should be quick. But
There you go.
Before she gets to her room.
And you guys got the morning as well to make trips.
Yeah, but I just wanted to see if it was
Yes, yeah. We will do that scene tonight because that won't take too long. What'd you get?
Nothing.
Nothing. He's trying his best.
Well, I'm glad to hear that then. I won't hold you up, but good to meet you.
Good to meet you too, Miss Ortega.
And I'm gonna head out.
Mm-hmm. All right, and they go in. And you're going back up to the room.
Yes.
Final person out at the hotel would be you.
Yes. So after talking to Jorge, I'm going to try to find Cosmo.
Yeah. She would go actually back to the jazz club, which is no longer playing the Protons, but she's just there.
So I'm gonna approach her and be like, "Do you still have that holotape?"
Sure. Why do you ask?
Well, I think I might have an idea what's on it, but then I also thought that Jules might have more idea how to get information off of it.
Oh, I tried already. It's not a traditional holotape. It's a... it's an ID card. So you can't just insert it and program it. It's...
Into what?
That
What-
I
what
don't
does it
know.
go to?
But it doesn't go into a Pip-Boy. So you can't just read it. The only way you can read it is with this text right here, which... she's taking another go because she never took a go in the first place. Nope. Don't know what it stands for.
Well, I guess I can ask if Jules knows how you would read something like that.
Yeah. That could work. Jules is smart.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want it?
Yes,
All right.
please.
You're not giving it back to Jorge, are you?
Oh, no.
Oh, good.
He
Okay.
wants it, but I don't think I need to give it to him
Okay.
for anything.
All right. Here you go.
Thanks.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
I'm gonna go back up to the room.
All right, and everybody is together. I keep wanting to call you Pete, darn it. Jerry goes back to the room. Jules goes back to the room. Margie goes back to the room. Frankie goes back to the room. Pix and Tabitha, are you there as well?
Pix
Or-
comes. I think Pix announced to everyone, said, "All right, I'm going gambling. Bye, everyone." Left,
Oh, yeah,
did
yeah.
not do any gambling at all. Took off her fancy jewelry, put it in some bag along with the other jewelry, and then came back to the room looking a little dejected. And she just sits on the couch or on the thing and doesn't talk to anyone.
So a bad night of gambling.
As are most nights, house always wins.
Not
But we
anymore
gave
because
the
he's
house
dead.
Sunset Sarsaparilla, so it's all right.
All right.
Well, that's the house winning too. We had to pay
How about
to be
Tabs?
here.
She is diligently counting down exactly 30 minutes.
I think
And
Jules
Jules
would
is
forget
back.
for about 5 more minutes, and then on the way up, she'd be like, I'm going to meet, and then she'd realize, oh, and then she'd be like, hey, Tabs, Cosmo, we're good.
Okay.
All right.
29.53,
She's like-
29.54,
All right.
29.55.
Tabs is sweating
No, we're
up a
good.
storm.
I will
Okay,
also
guys.
say, while not included on Basic Pit Boys, we are doing a little bit of a retcon. You all have a very small transceiver on your Pit Boys, so you can use them as, think of them explicitly as walkie-talkies. You're not going to be like, hey, California, how you doing? You know? So,
Hollis wishes.
yeah.
I'd never been to California.
Okay. But yes, you can actually... I was thinking of like, well, how does Pip hear things? And I'm like, well, he's going to need some way to send it. So, there you go.
Pip has caused a lot of logistical problems.
Yeah.
We work on this constantly.
There's a whole system in how he works. So it's not just magic like appearing on a different screen. There's a reason he works the way he does. But that can be a later conversation. There are 3 king-size beds in this suite and 3 separate rooms.
Frankie, can I talk to you for a second? Outside?
Jerry's gonna go grab a bed while they're talking.
He's like, good night.
Sure.
Okay. I go out. We're in the hall.
What's up, Pix?
How bad is this whole stuff at the mob gonna be?
You mean with your family business?
No, I'm talking with your business.
You mean just that I was in the mob?
No, I'm meaning like they now know that you're. I'm guessing that you've told us stuff. So she basically.
Oh yeah, Frankie was back in the room. Like, oh yeah, they know.
Yeah, so she'd be.
Um,
So, if they now know that you are, then that probably means they could be coming. So do you think I should just try and get the money as fast as possible and just?
No, Polignani didn't seem too worried about me. He did give me a strong warning to quit meddling with their business, but I don't think he's going to pursue me, but, well, you'll probably all meet my brother relatively soon. I'll let you guys in on that a little later.
And you think he's gonna go after you?
Not in the same way the mob would.
Should have put my dice away. I want to roll on that because I want to see like what's he mean. I guess.
Well, you can just ask him.
Yeah. What?
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. What does that mean?
Well, I guess I was always kind of worried that the mob had it out for me. And I guess they didn't, or maybe didn't to the extent that I thought they did. My brother and I were really close. I mean, it was an easy decision to want to leave the mob, but it was a hard decision to leave my brother, and I imagine it was hard on him too. I don't know exactly how he'll react. It's been over 10 years at this point.
Can you honestly say that 100% it won't turn to violence?
I don't think we have to be worried about that.
That's not what I asked. Are you sure? Completely. Because if he tries anything, I'm going to try and shoot him.
If you try and kill my brother,
If he tries to kill you, I'm going to kill him.
I would rather him kill me than you kill him. Do you understand that?
Yeah. And I would rather the other way around.
Well, too bad he's my brother. And you don't get a say in that.
I think I do. Because I don't think you can stop me when I choose what I want to do.
Then consider yourself warned.
All right. Hey, Frankie. I'm going to go to the lady down the hall. Her Majesty.
Oh, Lady Armitage.
Yeah. I don't know if it needs to be a full scene or anything, but she basically just is like,
Hold on. The Queen doesn't want to see you, says one of the guards.
okay.
Bedtime. Mark, knock it off with the accent. Sorry. Lady Armitage is asleep. Can we carry a message? Also, we don't even know who you are.
Okay.
You haven't gone into the room, remember? You stayed out.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
Consistency, yeah. I'm guessing she heard that Lady Armitage can send messages and packages. Okay. Well, I just want to get some information on that. Would she be able to would you guys be able to give any package to any location?
Yeah, sure, as long as it doesn't have explosives in it.
Okay, so just explosives. That's the only thing.
No, you can't send explosives.
No, I mean anything but explosives.
Chems, but
and chems. Okay, it wouldn't be either of those things.
But yeah, you can probably, I don't know, ask DTL to deliver it or something.
Okay.
They can deliver a package. We don't have our own courier service, but yeah, we receive packages all the time. Just ship it to Xanadu.
Okay.
You sure we can't relay a message? Listen, I have worked for Lady Armitage for 9 years. I'm not letting anything bad get past her. And I'm also very trustworthy with messages.
Oh.
Tim! Lady Armitage just comes out and her hair is a mess.
Sorry. It's been a night. I just want to.
What do you want? Who are you?
I'm Pix. I'm with them. I'm with.
Who's them? The mob?
No, the freelancers.
Freelancers are who?
Freelancers of Delroy Trade Line.
What? You work for them? That's one of the guards.
Freelancer.
Okay. What do you want?
Oh, there's just that package that I want to get sent to a location. And I'm just wondering how to do that.
What? You want to send a package? This is Xanadu. Do you want chems? We've got them. Do you want guns? We make them.
Okay.
We don't ship package. We just
Okay.
we have.
All right, I'll check someone else. Sorry.
Yeah, just go to DT.
I'll go to D10.
Yeah.
Go to
you. Go to you.
I'm gonna go eat cheese.
All right.
A woman of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Just
That
deliver it
yeah.
yourself. You
Have a good night,
are
ma'am.
the package delivery service.
Yeah.
All right, wrong person to go to. Yeah, I think I'll just.
Mark, does she have cheese?
Oh, her
yeah.
cheese stash.
Do cheese stash. Okay, I guess I'll do a quick thing. All right, basically, I'm trying to find either A, send a package back home with the money that I have, or I want to talk to the mob guy that I have contact with and give him the money. I don't know if he's here. So, however I would do that, either I'm just like downstairs checking to see if people are there. If it would be a scene that we don't need to do.
I actually think I would like this scene right now. If that's okay with the rest of you. Maybe we can save it until next week. What do you guys think?
It's
It's
getting a little
9:36.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll wait for it for next week. But
All right.
I'd like to do an actual scene for this. I
Okay.
think. So we will wait until we'll kind of wreck on it and say like the beginning of session next week will probably be this conversation, and then you guys will go to bed.
I also take a bed while no one else is around.
This is what we got to establish for you guys to leave. What are the sleeping arrangements?
Frankie was gonna set up on the floor anyways because he understands that sleeping with the ghoul is mildly awkward.
Rachel and I were joking that we were imagining you and Jerry entering the same room, and you're like, "I'll take the floor," and he's like, "You'll take the floor" at the same time.
See, I'd rather have it be there's only one bed, but with Frankie and
Joints
Jerry.
can't handle floors.
All right.
Did you walk into the room with the saxophone?
Frankie.
Doc,
It's a
I'll
king
take
size.
the floor.
It's a king size bed here. He's gonna put pillows in between in the
The
middle.
buddy wall.
Yeah, I've done that.
All right,
I can
excellent.
sleep on the
It's
floor if
super
you're more
effective.
comfortable that way.
Just don't make me feel worse than I already do.
All right, boys' bed taken care of.
Are there any like visible side effects of C24? Like would Frankie be able to
Jerry-
notice
Question:
anything?
It would be expired by now. I
Jerry
imagine.
looks just completely physically exhausted.
Doesn't he
Frankie would
always?
understand that's probably normal.
It's been a day.
Yeah, it's just Jerry being
I
Jerry.
look like I couldn't lift a finger.
All
I
right.
never can. What's
Okay, there are 2 other beds, king sized.
Um,
You could probably fit 3 people on one if you so desired, but I mean, there's 2 more.
Girls' bed?
I think Pix would be like, I
4 of us.
think Pix would just be like,
One bed gets unused.
It's the saxophone bed.
just like we can't use
Boys,
that one.
girls, and saxophone.
Okay. I feel like
Why
no
could she
matter
have
what,
saxophone
even if
bed?
like she's coming back late,
Jesus,
Pix would go into the place and she would not go like she would be like, ladies,
probably a
which
couch
bed
too.
do I go to? Sisters, which one? Margie? Jules?
I'm already flopped
Tabs.
over in a bed, man.
I'd flop over in another bed, but on like tiny edge.
I really
I'm
want
so far to the side.
Pix is like wants
Alright.
to push you off the bed, but doesn't.
Okay.
Okay.
No, Pix jumps
there
on
we
that
go.
bed and then you get thrown off.
All right, Pix and Margie. All right, and then I guess Tab and Julian.
Jules,
Well,
do you
like,
mind
sorry,
if I
Margie.
take one side
No,
of the
go
bed?
ahead.
Alright, I'm
All right, and you get sleep. Good. All right, everybody.
I want to do in real life.
Excellent session. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful week. Thank you for joining us. We will see you in a couple weeks. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
I really slept a heavy.